Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. I'm Tracy Shuchart, senior economist, and it's been a wild trip while we were away. First, we had President Trump was talking to reporters saying he wants the Hormuz open, free, no tolls, and reiterate that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. We did see indices pull back on this. And then just recently, I'm sure everybody saw that spike, there was a Telegram channel that was in Persian that said that there is a U.S.-Iran draft agreement reached via Pakistan mediation, expected to be announced within a few hours. Al Arabiya TV claims the final draft of the U.S.-Iran agreement, this is what was published on the channel, the final draft of the U.S.-Iran agreement has been reached with mediation of Pakistan, which is expected to be announced within the next few hours. This draft includes an immediate and comprehensive ceasefire on all fronts. All parties mutually undertake to refrain from targeting infrastructure. Freedom of navigation in the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz is guaranteed under a joint monitoring mechanism. Sanctions will be gradually lifted in exchange for Iran's compliance with terms of the deal, and negotiations on outstanding issues shall begin in a maximum of 7 days. Now, Bloomberg did say this is very unconfirmed, and they are not running with this story. The only thing that kind of throws me off is the freedom of navigation in the Persian Gulf, because Iran clearly wants to be the only one governing that. So we'll see if it happens, but nonetheless, markets are reacting. Crude futures down, yields down, equity markets up. On that, about 0.5% ES and Q. Then we had a 10-year TIPS auction. It tailed as expected. It tailed by nearly 2 basis points, stopping at 2.169%. Bid to cover was actually a bit higher than the recent TIPS auctions, and indeed was the highest for this tenor since January 2024. Indirects were lower than usual, though this was offset by strong participation demand from directs. Moving on, we have a couple new IPOs happening right now for you tech people. If everybody knows the Aura ring, they have, those are those rings that track like your health and fitness and sleep. They confidentially filed for a U.S. IPO, and as it looks to capitalize on growing popularity of wearable devices, the company said today that it filed the paperwork with the SEC, confirming an earlier story by Bloomberg News. The number of shares and price range have yet to be determined, but that's coming down the pipeline. Then we have another IPO coming. Deep Fission, which is a nuclear fission company, is seeking to raise up to $156 million in U.S. Public offering, the latest nuclear startup to go the route as artificial intelligence data centers stoke demand for electricity. The company plans to market 6 million shares for $24 to $26 each, according to the statement released today. At the top of the range, Deep Fission would have a market value of $1.6 billion based on the outstanding shares listed in its filing. So we always like nuclear for energy. And moving on, we have Trump was initially supposed to sign a cybersecurity document today regarding artificial intelligence. He said that he is postponing that because he didn't like certain aspects of it. He thought that it really could have passed, but I want to make sure that certain things are how he wants. Basically what he said is, we're leading in China. We're leading everybody right now. I don't want to do anything that will get in the way of that lead. That cybersecurity bill would put in certain restrictions so that, in other words, it can't be used to hack banks and whatnot. The banks are kind of freaking out about that. And so he is putting that off. It was highly anticipated, of course, by the financial world. Mortgage rates have hit the highest level since August. The average rate for the 30-year fixed loans jumped to 6.51% from 6.36%. That's the biggest weekly increase since the end of March, Freddie Mac reported today. And last but not least, traders can now own a slice of Kalshi in private asset boom. So a boutique fund manager has a ETF called Toll, Toll. It is the first of its kind to take a stake in the prediction market exchange. It accounts for roughly 8.4% of the $48 million fund. So if you want a piece of Kalshi, the ticker on that is Toll. And with that, I'll hand it to Jim for an Edge report.
Thank you, Tracy. Well, Kelsey has a piece of me because I went YOLO on a Kentucky congressional race. Didn't work out. That's a whole other story. Let's check out the E-mini S&P daily candle right now. This is amazing, by the way. We had these lows that we saw back not very long ago. We're talking the end of March. And right now we're up from those lows 17.83% in the E-mini S&P stock index futures. From the yearly open, we're up 8.40%. The major takeaway of this is we are just marching along the 8 EMA. Now, we recently had one close below that 8 EMA for as long as I could remember, signaling a potential retracement back down to the May open at 72.58. That didn't happen. Things turned back around. We're back above that 8 EMA. It's starting to slope upward yet again, and we're driving toward the high of the day. RSI is even confused, folks. It's just going totally sideways around 66. Let's drill into the intraday chart. This is a 10-minute chart, and we talked about the volume profile for the session. We talked about the volume profile since the beginning of the regular trading hours. And at this point in the day, as it usually is, it kind of looks the same, right? And it's very, very similar. A couple of minor discrepancies on it. But the bottom line is this whole, the value area for actually both volume profiles, but more importantly for the RTH volume profile, it made for a great breakout trade. We talk about the initial balance breakout trade a lot, but that value area breakout trade also is something to consider. And that's something that happened big time on whatever the news event was that sparked this big rally here. And that was on the 110 to 120 candle. We just kind of raced up here. Now, a little bit of a retracement coming back down below R1 and JAX2. Not much of one. Not surprised we kind of stalled at R1, by the way. That's part of the daily pivot study. That's kind of a big deal. Call resistance is a little bit further up at 7,500. And then that one-day max is clumped together with R2 and with a blind spot, which is another Menthor Q level, at 75.20, just south of 0 DTE call resistance at 75.30. So if this trend does continue or any of this stuff is confirmed as not just rumor, then perhaps we're going to see those levels later on today. I don't know. Nice healthy retracement so far. Previous session's highs is this line here. That's my next target on the downside, 74.57, spot 75. And then you got JX1 below that. And then we'd be back into the value area. So I don't know. Anything could happen for sure, especially with the news bombs we're getting left and right. Remember, Sunday's open is defining the bottom of the day. We have a double, triple bottom, depending on how you want to count it. And the Sunday open was 74.10, and that held several times before the news bomb. So keep that in mind. Also, pretty good support way down here. RSI is at 70. What could I say? It's pretty strong. Let's shoot over and look at crude oil, though. This is actually an amazing chart also. Let's go to the daily chart. And come on, daily chart. Bear with me a second while the data populates. It'll populate in a minute. To make a long story short, though, there we go. We're back down, and I've been talking about this ever since the war started. This is a war volume profile. It's rare that I put a volume profile up this long, but it started here at the end of February. It's going all the way till now. And look at the point of control. And this has been a dominant point of control. I've been talking about it forever. 94.77. It's right where we closed on that big Sunday night move that we saw in crude with that huge wick up, huge wick down. We closed at 94.77. It's pretty much where the point of control is. Someone would say, well, Jim, we're 50 cents ahead, or close enough for government work. A lot of price happiness right here. We actually bumped up to the top of the value value area here and brought us back down. And I'm contemplating this and contemplating this. And it's like, okay, this is price happiness for the crude oil market. It's 94.77 until this thing gets resolved one way or the other. I mean, maybe there's a long-term push to make this thing a little higher in the bigger scheme of things. But right now, 94.77 is a super, super important level. And look at the moving averages. They're all converging right now. They're going to be tangled in love pretty soon. The 8 looks like it tries to cross over the 21. It hasn't done it yet. But again, we're going right toward price happiness again at that point of control. Intraday, you'd sell off here opposite the equity market. Initial balance, yeah, we had to run up a little bit higher, and then nope, that failed. We sold off pretty big below VWAP right now, all the way to 0 DTE put support, acts like a magnet, and then S1 we actually wicked to as well. Part of that daily pivot study. I got that May 9th close on the chart in perpetuity until something changes. One day min, next step down 93.77 if we can get more momentum. Alternatively, I'm looking for just pretty much the bottom of the value area, and I think that's probably not going to happen today. So that is this afternoon's Edge Report. We are ready to trade the close. We have Xyzeee, Salma,
Hi.
and Leo the Big Cat with us this afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. How you guys doing?
Pretty good, Jim. Trying to snipe a short here.
Yeah, we are short
as you were-
heavy.
I think we're
We're-
all short. Yeah.
While you were talking,
I'm
the tape
literally
picked
short
up.
12 lots.
Yeah, the tape picked up quite a bit, and I started just trying to build into a position here.
All right, before we look at your positions, though, I do want to remind everybody of a very special event that we're going to have after trade the close. 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock is our maiden voyage of Develop Your Edge. And we're going to get into strategy with our very own XYZ. He's going to hang out for a whole nother hour. We're going to talk about developing trade ideas and things to look at in the market, with particularly with respect to volume profile. So it's going to be interactive. So hang tight, stay with us. If you have questions and stuff, I'll feed those to XYZ, and we'll get personal. It'll be a lot of fun.
We sure
All right.
will.
Let's see
Questions
it.
welcome. Questions encouraged.
Yeah, baby.
People in the chat keep asking if this is going to be recorded. Guys, every single live stream that you guys watch is always recorded. So you can just come back here on 5/21/26, use the date, and you can find XYZ's segment recorded if you happen to miss it.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you don't see, when you go to that recording and you don't see XY talking about the volume profile and you see the gladiator, you blame Salma.
Bro, what? What is going on?
In either event, I have a little bit of a dilemma because usually 4:05 it's martini o'clock, and so now, what do? I postpone
You're
it
gonna
for
have to
an
drink
hour?
martinis on screen.
You just bring it on the stream.
All right.
This is after hours.
Martinis and volume profile.
All right. Finally, some reasonable people in the house. Thank you for this. Let's go around the horn real quick. XY, what do you got going? You're short right now?
I'm short 12 lots from here. I covered 3 right here on this recent flush. I'm playing a big break, a failed break here. I mean, if this works out, we're getting paid pretty nicely. If not,
Yeah.
I mean, the risk is off the table. I've gotten 3 lots off, I think about 50 points each. So it could be worse, but I am really looking for a big reversion move. And we'll get into it later with the volume profiling and stuff, but I expect that if they can't accept prior week value area high and through it, it could be catastrophic. And if it is, I'll get paid.
All right. I like it. It doesn't
Catastrophic,
look like
he said.
it doesn't look like you took a lot of heat on that trade.
I pretty much took none because I got greedy with the entries. I put the limit orders, and the market would fill them slowly as it's trying to inch back up and through to the high.
Got it. Okay. And so you had a multi-limit order entry.
Yeah, 2 at a time.
Yeah.
So I filled 6 times.
All right. Salma.
I'm short the Russell right now. I don't have 11 lots on. I have 3 micros. Really like the way this 15-minute candle closed, previous 15-minute. Same thing, closed on ES as this inverted hammer or shooter candle, whatever you want to call it. And I'm basically just targeting the 15-minute 9 EMA. That's what I've got cooking right now.
All right. Wait, what period EMA? I'm sorry.
The 9 EMA.
9 EMA. Yeah, love it.
Yep.
I added my chart because of you and actually XYZ. So thank you.
You're welcome. It's a magical squiggly line.
Yeah, I like it. Leo, what do you got, man?
I'm short from 483. I'm looking for the same kind of move XYZ is looking for, a pretty big reversion back into the range.
Wow.
This is a fake
Fantastic.
breakout.
Fake breakout. Well,
Hope so. They could
Start
still
myself.
hold
Yeah,
the
of course.
400s. But if they don't, if we get to 400s, I'm happy. And if we break 400s,
It's gonna be a good
I'm
day.
having a drink with Jim on the stream after the close. I'm breaking out the bottle.
You guys, all we're gonna see is
It's
XY
our
and
show
Jim
now.
going off camera, trying to take a sip, come back into frame.
No. It'll be front and center. I'm not
Front and
hiding
center.
anything.
Yeah.
No question. Any event. All right, you guys. Appreciate you as usual. Best of luck on your trades. I'm gonna dip in the chat, and I'll see you guys at the end.
Ciao.
All right, Jim.
See you, Jim. Yeah, let's get lucky here.
There's a song that you just remind me of.
Daft Punk and Pharrell.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That was like the song of the summer 2015.
Dude, when you were like 6 years old, yeah.
Yeah, Salma.
Yeah.
I mean, you were just cutting your
Salma
teeth.
was actually just born.
I used to be at the town pool. I can vividly remember that time in my life. I used to be at the town pool and they had it playing through the speakers and I listened to it for the entire summer. It was
Yeah,
good.
that
Good
thing
times.
had everyone in a chokehold.
Salma was
for a
drinking
whole
Capri
summer.
Suns, you know.
Had a Lunchable in one hand.
Lunchable with the Capri Suns.
Yeah,
Bro,
Smuckers in
did-
one hand, Lunchable in the other.
Did your parents used to tell you like, oh, if you just ate, you can't go back in the pool. You have to wait 30 minutes?
Hell
Do you
yeah,
guys
that
ever
was
have to do that?
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because you
dumb.
drown. I covered 3 more here. I'm down to 6.
Yeah, I trimmed a little too.
It's
I don't have much to trim yet. Russell's been a little bit stubborn while ES is trying to sell off. So patience.
might have been a crap. Yeah, it was a crappy cover off for me.
Look, Shab knows what summer I'm talking about. She knows that summer was lit. We were outside. And Leo, congrats on your daughter's graduation.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I guess they're coming over tonight to party. Her and her friends.
Oh, to your place?
It's a little get together, but yeah, we're having a graduation party on Sunday.
It's a
over
good
here.
spot. 7 TVs, a full basketball court.
Seven
good
TVs.
spot. Leo's gonna sit them all down and make them watch Gladiator. It's like, oh, you think you're grown? You think you're grown, huh? Sit down and watch this.
That's funny. High school. If I had a college grad, I would not be on stream.
This short is cooking.
What do you
right?
mean? You'll have one in 4 years. What do you mean you won't be on
I
stream?
won't be on stream in 4 years. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Wow.
There's a lifespan. Welcome.
Chat, he's trying to leave already.
I bought the Uncat. I'm ready. I'm rocking the Uncat soon.
I'm covering one more.
Thanks, Larry.
Are you doing the same thing that Deli's trying to do?
What?
Slowly.
Show up every other week.
Yeah, slowly be on your way out. 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door.
I mean, Deli's been doing that since day one. Shower chair.
Trailers.
What are we doing? We're just retracing to this overnight high so they can sell it again.
I might have to add some. I took off friggin' way too much already. Bad covers. I'm gonna look for some ads.
XY, you'd be happy to know that in my earlier segment with Stowe, I scaled out of my position twice. 2
I don't
different
know.
positions.
I mean, how do we know that's a good thing? You might be cutting
Well,
yourself
we
short.
spoke
I've been
about
cutting
it
myself short
yesterday.
on the short right now.
Remember we spoke about this yesterday?
What did we say?
How I got to practice that?
I didn't say you had to practice that.
Hey, you
I
know
think
what?
it's more important to see if it's better for you than worse. Because if you're taking it off before your target, you could be chopping yourself down at the knees on the trade idea.
It worked out in my favor today. I'll say that
Also,
much.
how do you practice scaling out? You just do it.
Well, yeah, you do it enough times, then it becomes part of your,
Oh, you're trying
your
to like
whole.
rework the
Of
execution
course.
component.
I think there's always areas in our trading that we can improve on. I mean, yeah, that's probably one of them for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Salma's the only trader brave enough to go hatless. Yeah, I mean, have you seen my hair, Fractal? Why would I cover it?
This is
Still
looking
waiting on Leo.
pretty bad here.
Waiting on what?
You to go hatless.
Nah, the more you press me on it, the less likely I am to do it, honestly.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Only you can do the pressing about Gladiator?
I'm your
Oh,
elder.
anyone can do the pressing about Gladiator.
I'm the elder here, you know.
Are they
Okay.
both bald? I'm gonna start a rumor.
Possible. Dude, my hair is hella long now. I've been too busy to cut it.
See, he's not bald, neither am I.
It's
Yeah,
looking
XY
bad.
chooses.
It actually, dude, I hate when you shampoo and you can literally grab your hair. That's too much. All right, I'm gonna look for some ads if they can sustain this offer here.
Doesn't look like they want to give this up.
Good morning, Nick. It's hard to find Nick in the chat now because now there's Nick for a pip, there's Nick for a sig, there's Nick for a
You always gotta look real closely to see if
yeah.
it's the real Nick
Is it
or
the
one
real
of the other
Nick?
5.
Bro, he has a whole army.
I know.
He
Nick for
became
a
too
brisket.
powerful. I might trail out of this short here. If they can't hold below the 480s, it will trail me out. And if they can hold it, we're partying again.
Bro, they're all here. Nick for a trick and Nick for a pip and Tick for a
Dude,
Nick.
there's got to be a
Oh my
guy.
God.
It's got to be a guy on like 5 laptops.
It's probably Nick.
Bro, Tick for a Nick, Nick for a brisket.
Whoa,
Okay,
we
I
got a
can't
tick
do
for a
this.
Nick. That's a new for sure.
Yeah, why I'm at highs.
All right. Every single Nick, please full margin short this thing so we can all win. I'm back up to 9 lots. I added 4 more on that. They got within like 3 points of my trailing stop. They can't make a new low here. This whole thing's cooked. So I'm not going to move my stop. I'm not going to give it any more room. Failure to make a new low, we will be rotating back up. New swing low is what I mean, guys.
Nick around and find out.
Well, there's a passive bid 456. It's good that we're trading under him now. He's gonna have to make him exit. Decent leg down. Still no swing low. Everything is TBD. Sorry, chat. I can't see nothing. I'm going heavy with the profits that I made last night. You know, I pretty much got round tripped like 7K because I went to bed with a stop at break even on CL and I mean on gold and
I just
Q.
don't go to bed with a position on. That's
Dude.
how I fix that.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'll try it tonight. Maybe I'll wake up tomorrow and we're like 16K extra in profit on the runner. My NQ
No.
runner went up like 250 points at some point, and the CL was like 20 something points. And I woke up flat, break even on the runners.
I'm about to exit this in the next 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, they didn't make a new low there.
You
Tape
scared
is
or
starting
what?
to curl.
Who's scared?
You.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Might flip long.
I'm out. YM just made new highs. Yeah, Russell's holding on to that 9 EMA 5 minute like there's no tomorrow.
I'm gonna give buyers a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna set limit too. Do ES. CL looking like an H on the 5 minute.
It's crazy. The tape picked up and got all excited like 30 minutes ago,
I know.
and then it just fucking died.
Yeah. I think I might have to get the hell out of these longs here. See, we'll see.
I was like, oh shit, we're gonna get some action today.
That'll be it for my longs. Well, I might have to just get myself out of this, honestly. They can't hold the 460s. Don't like my entry too much. Might have to cough it up here, yeah.
I just filled on my longs.
Still like the longs. See. Filling the longs again. Couldn't get as much as I wanted, but all right. I guess we'll stick to 10 lots.
I'm trimmed down to 4 here on the short.
Ten lots it is. Damn. Think we hit the magic box, Leo.
Pretty spicy.
I think we hit the magic box, man. I want to get about 14 to 16 on this. So I'm still looking for ad opportunities here. Or if it gets too dicey, I will scratch out. Had about 20 points MFE. This should be continuing on that. Still no heat yet. I think if I start to take heat, I'll scratch it though. They just gave back 20 points of a move.
Russell really close to making new high day.
Yeah, there's still a jumpy bid here. Not sure I want to add yet. They're not lifting. I want to see like crazy offer lift. Selling again. All right, they're going to need a push here, or I'm taking myself out of this long. Tape bomb like that cannot get a continuation. Happy birthday, man. Brosifer. Is it even your birthday, man?
Nah, man, it is not his birthday.
Ah, man,
That's
he always
bull.
be lying, dude. All he do is lie.
Larry Pumpkin says he has to lose 6K to meet consistency target with Lucid. If you're trying to lose 6K, you need to be using way more than 2 micros.
Dude, every
Should be
time
minis, full max, max position, and just enter exit the position quick, and you'll lose money just on the spread and commissions and stuff.
every time I try to lose, the
You
P&L
make
actually just goes up.
yep. It's like they know.
That's why you just start flipping in and out of trades and letting the commission and the spread kill you slowly.
I don't know. Wait, Leo, does Lucid allow you to trade NDX?
No.
Okay, that is like what I used to. That's what I used to trade. I used to just open and close NDX positions, and just you'd lose just on the spread.
Why is chat saying happy birthday, Leo? It's crazy.
Trolls.
Just give me your login. I
Dude.
got it for you.
This tape
Funny.
is still so heavy on NQ here.
Greg, it's not dumb. If you just followed the directions, you wouldn't have to lose anything. You kind of just made your life a little harder by making more.
I'm scratching out of that. 3 points. The tape is still super. Oh, no. Not like this. Trying to get involved in this spot here. I'm giving the momentum a shot. If they lose it, trade mid 50s. I'm getting out of the trade. The tape is really, really negative.
Yeah, they sold pretty heavy into
It's
those
like super
55s.
negative. Either they get it here or they fail. And I'll scratch this out too. But I think a big move comes from this little range we have. So I'm going to do my best to get involved.
Happy 50th is crazy.
That's funny. Might as well make it 60.
Next year. The year after that. By the time you stop streaming, what, in 4 years, you said you'll be 100.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, boy. Monday is a holiday. Just a reminder. Memorial Day.
Long weekend.
Oh, wait. Sunday
Need to kill
regular
this bid,
open.
man.
Well, there's a halt at noon on Monday.
Salma, do you still trade holidays?
There's a possibility.
She's going to be trading Memorial Day. Holy.
Crazy.
Oh, it's
Full
raining
session.
here Memorial Day, so
Am I
yeah.
going to smoke? Yeah, I actually have about four whole pork shoulders that I have to smoke for pulled pork. This is my contribution to
Well, you gotta do that today
grad
because you're
party.
throwing a party, right?
I'm smoking them to Friday night, I think, and then I'll vacuum seal them. And then we'll just warm them up Sunday for the party. I didn't know Leo was a smoker. I smoke lots of
guy.
meats. Yeah. Pork shoulder, ribs, brisket. I didn't know people still eat pork. What? Huh?
Is pork not cool anymore? It's not in style anymore.
Makes it cheaper for me.
It's unk stuff.
Yeah.
The kids don't
Bacon.
eat pork.
Oh my God, you eat fucking bacon?
The kids don't eat pork no more. Dude,
Parasites?
who is this passive bid?
Pork isn't vegan anymore. If you won't eat your dog, why is a pig okay? I mean, why is a cow okay? Well, why stop at the pig?
That's pretty wild.
That's crazy. You're doing pulled chicken? There you go. I mean, you could never convince me that pulled chicken is better than pulled pork. Not ever. Ever. What about pull my finger? Dogs love me, pigs don't. XYZ is going in on this trade. What are you in?
Yeah, there's gonna be a big move from this range, and the tape is super heavy. I tried to bid it earlier, scratch out of that. And I might just have to
You're
scratch out of the
short?
short. I'm short 14 right now. I still have a limit for 2 if they fill that, but yeah, I'm trying to keep everything really tight here for the move. The tape is still super negative. So if I want to be involved here, I'm taking it short side because of the tape. Of course, there's, absorption. There's a passive bid that's absorbing like crazy, but selling hasn't stepped off. And most of the time, if this is what it's going to be, we'll get that continuation. And if they do step off, get out of the trade. This is what it is. Keep the losses small. Yeah, it's really just this passive buyer. Once they can clear them, I think we can really get the move. But for now, there's that buyer. Looks like the 36 is here. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to hold this for like the 400s if we actually move below. But everything is one big if in this game. We need an offer to be willing to move. So on this wash to the 35, yeah, it was an offer, but they didn't continue, right? They're not reloading. As we move lower, I need to see constant reloading on the offer, or else to me, it's no interest in follow through. We'll see. They'll make their decisions as we move.
The tape doesn't have more pull than Trump? That's right. That's true.
No one does. Nothing does.
that one meme where it's like your technical analysis is no match for my tweets or something like that.
Hold on, Luke. Do you make your own barbecue sauce? If you've ever had good barbecue, you don't need barbecue sauce. Call me crazy. That's my hot take. My hot take is if you have a good barbecue, you don't even need barbecue sauce. You don't need it for ribs. You don't need it for brisket. You definitely don't need it for brisket. You certainly don't need it for pulled pork.
I would agree with that. Definitely.
Are you just not a sauce guy in general?
I mean, the chat agrees wholeheartedly with what I just said. I love sauces. It just doesn't belong on barbecue.
What about chicken nuggets?
Chicken nuggets? Hell yeah. Give me that Chick-fil-A sauce, you know?
All right, I'm out of that short. I want to wait and see if they get anything for this bid that's coming in.
I'm sorry, guys, but pump it.
You long?
Yeah, I'm still in that ES long.
I don't trust this bid quite yet, so I'm gonna wait and see if they get anything for it. If not, get back in short.
Bro, Leo, so I hosted a Lucid giveaway.
Yeah.
Someone on Twitter DM me like, "Oh, I'm here to claim my account." I'm like, "You didn't win." Like trying to like, he thought it was
Hey, you gotta
slick.
respect that.
No, so I
Nice
Respect
try.
the hustle.
I responded because I don't want anyone to ever like be able to just like screenshot that and try and say, "Oh, Salma never gave me the account. I won." Blah blah blah. So I replied. I said, "You're not the winner. I'm sorry." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. Have a good day." I'm like, "What the hell is the point of that?"
You apologized?
Yeah, he just trying to pull a fast one on me. I'm like, "Hello, I have the winners' names written down."
I'm shocked that they apologized.
I'm shocked they even tried.
You gotta stick to your guns, buddy.
People are funny as hell. How does that work when you do a giveaway? You're giving away a code, you would copy that code and you would paste it at checkout and the account is free.
Why are we
That's how it
holding
works.
shorts? Well, I'll tell you why I got into my short. Then XY and Salma can talk about theirs.
It's almost long, I think.
Well,
Yeah,
she
I'm
was
long.
short. She was short. So we had this pretty big pullback. The tape got pretty excited, so I just got short on this pullback up here to these 93s. Started to cover into the overnight low, and I'm just holding for reversion type trade. That's it. No other reason than that. For me, it's not a great long. The way I trade. I'm not saying Salma's long as ass or whatever, but it's
Thanks.
just not a long. No,
Say
I'm
that
not.
then.
I'm saying
Just
it's
say
not
that then.
No, I'm joking. I don't care.
But it's just not a long being long up into this high of a range. This is not my playbook. So the best trade for me is to be short on this pullback. The original short was, I don't remember where, maybe up here and added to it. Whatever. So that's it. Maybe it was here. 318. I can't remember. Yeah. No, because I was getting short right as we were coming on. So it was up here.
Yeah, my original shorts were way up there.
Mm.
You were up there with me, right? Like in the
Yeah.
the
We
510s,
came on, I think we were
511s.
both getting into the same trade while Jim and Tracy were going on pre-market. Smoked turkey is amazing. Do not sleep on smoked turkey. Like you just actually the smoked turkey breast, or sorry, like the turkey breast that you can buy, like the boneless turkey breast, roast. You can inject that with some like good butter, salt and pepper, the outside, etc. Put that on the smoker. Like that's you have an amazing, easy dinner right there. You guys are making me hungry. Hey, there's nothing I can do about that.
Actually, there is. You can send him some food.
It's like sideways movement on ES. It's kind of giving me the same vibes that we had before during like lunch hour, right before the news came out. It's looking the same here.
Just trying to see these bars get flushed out here. There's a lot of them.
Chill, B.
Oh, my
Chill.
bad.
Chill.
Is my smoker big enough to handle 4 pork butts at once? Yes, it is.
What's gold doing? Gold is pulling back too.
It'd be funny if me and Nick did like a IRL, smoking meats stuff. I just
Stream?
don't think there's just not enough people that
You
would be
would be
interested in that.
surprised.
No, I don't think so. Anytime I post
Surprised.
anything on socials that's not Trojan related, like everybody's like, "Yeah, fuck you, Leo." No, but I'm not liking that.
Bro, you have the whole entire chat participating in this conversation.
I know it's the chat. They will like in the chat they'll participate, but they won't even like a nice smoked meat, sliced smoked meat picture. They'll be like, "Ah, no,
God, that doesn't even look
it's
good.
bunk." Yeah.
That looks terrible. I put some sauce on it. That should need sauce.
Oh, 100 lads chasing this down. He got filled at 36.
Yeah,
Now they
I'm
just
scared
added
that they're
again.
filling him instantly.
They're adding
76.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Well, hopefully I don't TP out of this until
Okay, now the offer pulled.
10.
All right, I'll take one of these off. So I got 2 left.
I ain't taking nothing.
Smart Trader Paulo has reserved his seats for your show today. I didn't get the money, your money, Smart Trader Paulo. You have to send me $1,000 for that reservation.
Well, if the short doesn't work out, everyone's going to think I suck at trading and no one's going to come.
Is there a difference between 10 milliseconds and 250 milliseconds? Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I would not go below or above 80 milliseconds, to be honest.
Got to be at least like 40, 50, at least.
Yeah.
Dude, Leo, what is this bid?
What's up? I don't know, man.
Dude, this guy. 100, really? 200 lots? Yeah, they found these buyers earlier too on the last move down. Same spot. Lifting offer. Just need to move them out the way and maybe we can actually die. Need to get Salma to stop. I don't know where it is, but
10 points lower for my entry.
you're on YM though, right?
No, yes.
Yes. Oh my God.
I
that's
have
better
someone
than-
in chat calling this a loss. Oh, there it is. And it's a loss. Bro,
All right.
I don't
my.
even know what the real
I
price
just
is
took
right
one
now.
at PDH.
I literally only got one
Jeez.
cover. I don't even know
That's
what price
news.
Oh man, I should have put more on limit orders.
It's coming back.
That's huge imbalances. Yeah. I think I was floating like 20 something thousand and I'm not anymore. Damn. Why they gotta do that? Friday
Oh my
high.
God, it's the
Forget it.
same
Forget
stuff.
about it. Failed break. Get in there. I like that they're filling in the volume, but come on.
You feel like you're at the baccarat table?
Who said that? Trading's much easier than baccarat, I'll tell you that much. Than any gambling. Make way more on my computer chair than I do at any table.
We shall never have fun or make other loud arrangements of our voice again when a trade works.
Dude. Still not covering any of this. I only covered one. Tape is starting to turn right here.
Yeah, ES still holding
I hate
previous
it.
day high.
Yeah, NQ too.
Yep.
It's not just holding it, they're actually trying to buy the hell out of this. I fear they might get continuation. You still in the long sell?
No, I got stopped out. At a 10-point stop, got hit.
You got stopped out and I didn't even get paid. Oh,
You asked for this.
all right. I'm starting to cover. I'm gonna try to. I'm down to 9 lots here. Down to 7. I have no idea where my covers are even at right now. I think I'm just gonna trail this. It's a little crazy.
Yo, now you can afford those tickets.
Nah. Harper's injured. Fox is injured.
This thing right here.
Thank you. We ain't done yet. We only out half. I need at least view up.
Yeah, Cat's thoughts. I do have an indicator for key levels, yep. It's only on TradingView though for right now.
Come on. IB high. I hate you. All right, so there's that catastrophic failed break. Catastrophe. Taking one more here, down to 6. Going to start. Oh, all right, Mr. 140 lots. Relax. Hey, I'm going to trail more aggressively here. Down to 5. See if we can get some VWAP action here. Yeah, this V range. Dude. Leo, you still in this with me?
Yeah. I'm about to get out the last one.
I'm on 3, gonna trail. Yeah, this is pretty dirty. Pretty dirty.
Every time they slam it, somebody lifts like 70,
I
80
know.
lots.
Dude, 82 lots, really? This thing's going on sale. You don't have to do all this. Yeah, that heavy tape up there made me really fucking work for this, but like I said, when the tape is that heavy, usually they get what they want. Buy side too. If it's crazy, super bid, they'll get what they want. So I want to see us trade under this 82 lot buyer.
I'm out.
If we
See you
trade under
enough.
him,
It feels good to be a gangster.
Good trade.
you're flat, Leo?
Yeah.
Still got these 3 here.
Oh, you're
I want
good.
to see them attempt under that 82 lot buyer and see if they taper. Then I'll just cover this thing. We're up 40 grand, guys.
You're up 40?
40 grand, yep.
Bro, you can afford all the games for the rest of the for the
Oh
rest of the
my.
season. The rest of the playoffs.
I'm about to cash out all my chips again. My my Develop Your Edge debut, I had to show out.
Just lucky the market, did us a favor and gave us a trade.
Dude, I know. Trailing this tighter here. Not sure how much juice is left on this move without a big pullback, so I'm trailing everything. Trailing 3.
Develop Your Edge is canceled.
Going on vacation. It's canceled. All right, we're all out of that short. That view up.
Nice.
This thing right here.
Okay. Well, hello, chat. Haven't been able to see anything, but I can now. Another boring day in the market for some, not for all. Thanks, guys.
Check your DM, homie. I have a
Are you
query
guys
in
talking
for you.
secrets?
Always. Very cool.
Leo's making me blush. Salma, you gotta say secrets don't make friends.
Nah, it's okay. I don't want to know.
We're just talking Gladiator, our favorite scenes.
I'm trying to pull all reverse psychology. I don't even care, guys.
I'm fine.
It's fine.
I'm fine. It's
fine.
fine. Oh, Leo, did you know? I had just found out yesterday that Salma makes a guaranteed 3K a week.
Bro,
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
she's that good in her trading. She
we're not
never
doing
has
this
a
again,
week-
XY.
Never
No,
has a
I
week-
have to hear this.
She
What?
never has a week where she doesn't make at least 3K.
That's not true. Someone in chat tried to show up yesterday saying I said that a couple streams back. So I say, okay, pull up the tape, roll the tapes. They tagged me on
Talking-
Twitter. They tagged me. They tagged NinjaTrader, the NTL account. They tagged XY. They
That was
tagged
so
everybody
funny.
with this stupid clip, and it's so taken
Someone
out of
said on
context.
stream that something like, oh, 3K
Wait,
a week, it's nothing, it's light, and they ran with it.
bro, it's taken out of context. And then they deleted their Twitter after they posted that.
That's the funniest. That's the funniest thing.
And I think he's here
That's the
too, or he
funniest
was
thing.
here
It's a little
earlier.
drive-by, you know? There's a little drive-by. Like I said, you gotta respect it. Dude, I cannot buy Jim's basement. You guys know this thing is 5,000 square feet, right? Just the basement.
Just the basement, bro? Holy shit.
Just the basement. He's got 8 TVs in here.
That's one more than Leo.
I'm not even going to respond.
can't believe you have
'cause
7
I just got a
TVs,
new TV, so I have 8 now.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
big TV guy.
Big TV guy.
Wait, do you get them all the same like brand?
No, Salma, here, you want to hear something that's going to blow your mind?
Oh God, sure.
I have 2 in the living room.
Like
Why?
next to each other?
There's one above the fireplace. It's a frame TV, and it just has art on it. But when there's football going on, there's 2 games you want to watch. Boom.
Bro, that's some real rich people shit. Excuse my language. That is the
Honestly,
most
yeah.
absurd thing.
You know what? I got 2 TVs, but one I don't use as a TV. I just put a picture that I like on it. Say, hey, can I turn on this feed? Don't change that. Don't change
That's
that
art.
picture.
That's an expensive fucking art.
I have no words.
And then
You're
there's the
bougie.
TV we actually watch. I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, send, I would love to see this.
Mhm.
I need to see this art that deserves its own TV screen.
Well, you can change it. That's the thing. You can change it
Dude,
based on your
Leo.
mood. You can change it based on the time of day. You know what? It's
Dude,
just
you gotta
whatever.
get that set up where people have a bunch of TVs like just really close to each other, and then it's
Oh, yeah. It's all one.
you know, like those
Yeah.
sports books where they do all that
Yeah,
crazy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Dude.
Guys, this is how you know, like, some people just don't know what to do with their money, so they just start buying random shit. Leo is a great example of that.
That's not even true. I'm not
Leo
even
just sees a picture
crackhead.
on the internet and goes, you know what? I really like this photo. I need to buy a TV.
He's like
framed
easily
TV, so
influenced.
that I can put on my wall.
Leo, keep it
It's
G. Are
cheaper
you
than
easily
art.
influenced?
It's cheaper than art. It's a backup TV that's cheaper than art. I mean, the chat is agreeing with me.
You know what's ironic? You're a big TV guy, and Salma refuses to use a TV. She just uses her phone.
That is actually fucking
You guys are at
insane.
opposite ends right now.
That is insane.
Total opposites.
I just feel it's more practical to, like, I can be on the go on my TV, on my phone, whereas like a TV, you're just stationary.
Bro,
Can't even
you
do
can just
anything.
move rooms, and you just have a TV in every room.
Dude, one
There you
time,
go. He's
And
he's solved.
YouTube TV, you can just pause the game you're watching, go to the next room, pick up the game. You know, like you don't even
Wait,
have
you
to
pay
miss
for
anything.
YouTube TV too?
Hell yeah.
Isn't that shit like $60?
It's $74.99 a month.
whoa.
Bro,
I got
what?
burner. I got secret burners like Nick now. I got WXYZ.
Wait, can
It's
you give
so
me the
expensive.
login to that?
No, hell no.
Come on. Please. What the hell?
Dude,
Is
text
it-
trades.
are
you know
we
what's
all
crazy?
ignoring the fact that we both, XY and I both covered into the swing low?
Yeah, we're
Yeah, you
we
guys
got
are
bigger
cool.
things to talk about right now. I got something to tell. Text trades. So one time I was at a Knicks game. I was right behind the courtside seat, so I saw Salma, and she was watching the game on her TV while sitting courtside at the Knicks game.
Bro, if I was sitting courtside at the Knicks game, I would not be here right now.
She was just
All
watching
due
on the phone.
respect.
She was on the phone in the chat. You know, like sometimes there's chats on the streams. She'd just be chatting.
Bro, the guy who spread the rumor about me saying 3K a week, he's back in the chat. As plug.
I love
I
it,
hope-
dude. I'll
I
never
hope
mess
your
with
pillow
Splug,
is
man.
hot on both sides tonight, S plug.
I hope
I'll
it's
never
cool.
mess with
I hope
Splug.
it's cool.
I hope you stub your toe
Wait,
on the corner
Splug?
of.
Wait.
Yeah.
Splug?
It's
Yeah.
Splug. He has deep state connects. I wouldn't mess with him.
Whoa, hold on. The Spluggy Splug?
Yeah, Spluggy Wuggy,
How many
Spluggy
Spluggy
Wuggy?
Splugs do you know?
Is that the
the one and
Spluggy
only,
Wuggy? The one I know?
the one
Spluggy,
and
is that
only.
you?
Yeah, it's him.
Bro,
Oh,
he
you can't.
legit listen, Leo.
No.
Leo,
There's a
Leo.
miscommunication. There's a miscommunication.
Leo, he posted the video on Twitter, and then like 5 minutes later, he deleted his Twitter account. I'm pretty
Whoa,
sure he
whoa.
reactivated Twitter, posted the video, and then deleted it just
Yeah,
to.
he said he just deletes it on weekdays so he stays off. He had to come in and give you a real drive-by real quick, just spin the block on
Bro,
you
No,
real nice
like
and
Spluggy is
fast.
cool
what?
though. Spluggy is cool. He's
Yeah,
funny.
he just wanted to spin the block on
Oh,
you
I think
nice
it's
and
funny.
fast. And he drove off. It's all
He's
good.
funny. He's just
There's
like
someone
he's
in the
not.
chat that was spamming for us to stop bullying Salma. We love Salma. We're just playing.
I think it's funny. I just think he's an idiot who took my comment out of context to get his point across.
And he
He's just
DM'd
trolling.
you and
He's just trolling.
apologized.
Wait, what? You didn't DM me.
He said he
You
did.
DM'd a fake Salma. It wasn't me.
Oh, he DM'd Salmon.
I didn't get
Salmon
that.
OGS.
Bro, they're starting to make freaking fake Instagrams of me.
No way. I don't have any fakes yet.
No, they're like moving apps and it's annoying.
All right, I think the market's done making decisions for the day. That was a pretty drastic one that did not get anywhere in the grand scheme of things.
It got us 150 points lower. But I hear you. Damn, I want to short this.
Oh,
80. They can't get above it.
Guys, imagine not knowing the difference between your and you are.
If we get up to these 380s, I might look at a short.
looks like they might have done that without you.
Yeah.
What 380s to like 390.
The
That's
carbon
literally,
nice.
yeah, the retest.
Yeah. Your
Oh.
internet's fucked.
Oh,
Yep. I was doing that before. Bro makes 20K on stream, but it has crappy internet.
Can't even get good internet, you know?
And we lost him. I think, oh no, he's still here. Bye bye XY.
All right,
Choppy.
we're at 80s. They are not. There's no offer yet. 112 on the bid, disappeared. Now they're just chasing it. No fill. That's it. All right, I'm short.
Am I live?
Short.
Yeah.
I gotta go to my neighbor's house and ask him why his internet's bad because I'm stealing from him.
No, you're not.
The basement. Jim's house is too big, and there's too many walls between the modem and the routers in the basement, so it gets a little weird.
Hey, not so loud down there.
Sorry. Sorry. You know, later in our segment, he's actually gonna just come downstairs to the basement. We're gonna do it like in person.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
All right, this trade's not going to work. Maybe I can get at least better.
The concrete steel in the elevator shaft is interfering. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, in my area, there's only two options. It's AT&T and Spectrum. And I had AT&T
Why
initially.
not AT&T?
Well, I had them initially, and it's even worse, believe it or not. It was so bad, and it was such an ordeal to just cancel it. Then I went to Spectrum, and it's not as bad, but these things happen where like it's good and all, and then like once in a while, the internet starts getting real shitty, dude. And if it's raining, if the weather even thinks about possibly raining, things happen.
Hmm.
And it's just always like that. And then you call in, they're obviously gonna be like, well, what are you gonna do? Go to AT&T, deal with it. They'll just be like, oh yeah, there's this and this is going on. There's like random spotty outages. Dude, I wish I had fiber. They keep saying fiber's coming. It's been like 5 years. Still no fiber. Like I'm subscribed to everything that's like, oh, we're coming to your area. I'm like, cool, let me know because I hate these people. Jesus, I literally looked behind me looking for Jim. Yeah, actually, there is a fire literally going on right now, Simi Valley. So, yeah, in my area, just like maybe 3 miles out from where I am right now, you can already smell it. You can see it in the air. It's bad air. It's bad air quality outside because of the fire. So, there's a fire around right now. Starlink handles heavy rain. Yeah, Spectrum can't handle light rain. A drizzle will cause problems.
Leo, you still in that short?
Yeah, jump back in here.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
I don't know. It's too damn slow, honestly.
Appreciate the offer on the dial up, but I'll have to pass because if someone picks up the phone mid trade, I'm cooked. So,
How you
yeah.
handling the Spurs loss last night, XY?
Saw it coming already since the beginning. When they took Harper out, I was like, dude, it's over. They need De'Aaron Fox so bad. The kids can't take care of the ball as well yet. So there's just turnover after turnover. I was like, dude, ain't no way. Ain't
I think
no
this
way.
series is going to 6 or 7 games.
Yeah. Well, it depends if Harper and Fox can come back. If not, probably yeah, maybe even 5. I don't know. I don't know if the Spurs can really pull it out if they don't have those two.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
Wemby,
against
Wemby
OKC,
pulled all
dude.
the weight
OKC,
for, yeah.
they got active hands, man. You mess around, that ball's gone.
You watching the game tonight?
Yeah.
The Knicks
How you
game?
feeling? How you feeling about your Knicks, dude? That comeback?
Good. Was insane.
I'm curious to see
Imagine.
what adjustments they make though, because yeah, Harden got absolutely cooked. The dude was barbecue chicken and
Well, it was
no
bad
help
coaching.
defenders.
It was bad coaching. He should have called
Well,
timeouts. He should have
you
taken
never
Harden
know.
out.
You never know. Well, he had no help D, so we don't know if the coaching didn't implement help defense or the players just did not execute. If
Yeah.
you watch like OKC Spurs, dude, the defense both sides, no mistakes. You can't make a mistake. They they're not even communicating. They know exactly how to help to rotate. But when you're watching the other games, it's not the same.
I heard all over Twitter, everybody's complaining about the game last night about
The refs. There's all these
yeah,
compilations.
and OKC just constantly like throwing themselves around like on the floor and stuff.
I mean, that's part of basketball. That's like that's ingrained into basketball.
No, I saw some
OKC
of the
ball.
clips. It was
OKC
Nah,
ball.
kind of
no.
Do I play ball? I used to. Now I'm too old. I definitely won't play full court. Like once in a while, me and my buddies we would all meet up and play, ran out of gym. And full court, dude, I'm gassed.
I'm dead.
Oh, y'all want to see
All
my
right,
M1 mixtape?
this.
Who's old enough to remember M1 mixtape? Do you discuss
Yeah,
trading here? This is a big sports
LeBron was
show.
the original flopper. I mean, he invented the game of flop.
Johnny Dundee. We do a little trading, but it's also a big sports show, fashion show. You might be late. We were literally all in a trade for the past hour.
Who's saying something? I don't see it.
Johnny Dundee
Oh.
asked, do you discuss trading here? We don't. Yeah, he casually missed a $40,000 trade, but that's all right.
You can see it if you just go back in time. Just scroll back in the stream. I tried
Monitor
to go
TVs and
short.
sports. Yeah, DVOC, floppy DVOC, the OG back in the day. Yeah. Are you guys still looking for shorts?
I tried to get into some shorts and quickly exited.
They might reoffer that same spot in the 450s.
Yeah, I should have waited. I got into that short right before that 5-minute candle was about to close, and new one opened up and kind of popped. I didn't like that, so just covered.
I think the worst part about it though is at around the 350s, 340s, they actually trapped a good bit of selling. Should not really see trapped selling in a market that's willing to offer. That might kill the short idea. The Luke is up 67K. Dude, let me hold some dollars, man. Is there something specific you guys look for to identify a positive or negative tape? Many ways. Footprint, you can use the leg to leg delta. Even this, the tape reader. So yeah, looking at it now, as I was trying to find my seats into that short idea, you do see the tape pretty negative, and at some point they do try to buy this. There was a bid that was pushing it, and they fell under, and the tape just starts getting really, here, let me show you guys here, really increasingly negative, as you can see. So this is just the tape reader study, free with OFL. There's that, leg to leg delta, a footprint, obviously the DOM if you have it, the time in sales. With what's available now in terms of studies and indicators, the time in sales becomes really antiquated because now there are so many other ways to see that information and to view it historically. So it could be as even just like some bubbles, right? You guys see some charts with bubbles on it. I keep a time in sales because I'm used to it. It's part of like an intuitive aspect that I've grown comfortable with and I've settled in with the DOM. If I see a DOM and there's no tape, it just feels like is it real? Is it fake? I don't know. So the tape helps me to gauge urgency. So if price is moving, right? If I'm like, okay, well, there's a passive bid and I want to see them trade under him and they're trading under that passive bid, if the tape's not moving like as fast as I would expect with momentum, something's not right, right? And it's like subtle glances. You can spot sweeps. Yeah, so the tape is like an urgency display. James Woodruff, thank you. I appreciate that. Would I consider going long earlier? Not anymore. But yeah, I mean, after this failed sell attempt, definitely, yeah. Because the short was cool and all, but ultimately they didn't get that far. So check out this chart, right? This is that range that the market finally was able to leave. All they did was take price back into that range and instantly right off of it. So yeah, VWAP's here, but I don't attribute this activity to, VWAP being there. It's more of this is where ultimately they found that the market had way more bid interest. And they still do. So that's one component. And if they're going to go up, they pull back with some initiative selling and they can no longer get continuation. Same idea as I was saying earlier. If we can't make a new swing out of this, I think it's just going to be a rotation back up. That's what we're seeing now. So, I mean, these are things we'll go over in about 40 minutes. Just auction market theory stuff, volume profiling, old information versus recent. It does get kind of nuanced. So I'm sure there will be tons of questions. Jim will help facilitate like question asking and stuff. Oh, would I continue trading? Well, it depends. I mean, yesterday I made a good amount too off of the overnight session. And we'll go over that too. Why, where, the opportunity itself. I had 11 lots NQ long and I had 8 lots gold long. So it just sucks that I did want to cover at some point. I was like, look, this is the top of NQ's range, which was here before they just died, right? I was like 250 points in. So I gave back 7K in unrealized profits with those runners overnight. So that's the last time I'm doing that. Like Leo says, you can mitigate that issue by actually covering the trade before you go to bed. But I was like, hey, let's just see. Thought I had good seats, and I did. I did have good seats, but they weren't good enough because the market came and retested them. Pulled me out of that runner here. Gold just died way under my runner. So yeah, all things that we'll go over.
Gold moving with equities.
Zool, oh man. Zool something Espiritu Santo. Orderflowlabs.com. Literally, orderflow as you typed it, orderflowlabs.com. There will be a freemium sign up and they'll have a bunch of indicators for free. And then one of them is called the tape reader. And that's the one you see on the bottom here. Gives these bad game. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the seats were good enough to get paid a lot, but ultimately they weren't as good as I thought they would be, especially for gold. Gold traded way under. But NQ, oh man, it was close. My last ad on the trade was like in the 180s, 181 or something, which had me right here. So at the time, I was like, dude, these are great seats. And the market came and poked it out and then drove all the way through without my runner. Could be worse.
The takeaway says he misses my white charts. I don't miss them. My eyes don't miss them.
Aren't you glad you went
Yes.
dark mode?
Yes. Very.
Yeah, Dave, I can't help you with that because I hardly know how to set up a platform. So I gotta have Leo do it all for me.
He can do his password. That's it.
Yeah, every time I need something, it's like, Leo, can you make this for me? Or can you make it do this instead? Whoa, whoa. I don't remember subscribing to this channel. That's all right. You're subscribed. Also, please, if you haven't, guys, hit the likes.
Yeah, we only have 220 likes, 866 people watching. That ratio is not making sense.
Damn.
Yeah, Mehmet, I'm pretty happy. Yep. Text trades, I use a Mac and I'm not downloading parallels, so not gonna happen, unfortunately. Bet you Leo's got some spare laptops just sitting around. No comment. I see his face.
So I wonder if he got spare TVs.
No, every
Yeah.
TV in his house serves a purpose. We've already established that.
You guys seem to know a lot.
Yeah, tape reader is on freemium. So you guys will be good. We have to give a like for Leo's evil lair setup. Yeah, it does look like he's up to just sinister things.
I'm working on it. It's taking
Planning,
time. It's taking
like his
time.
evil grand plans happen there.
Looks like Russell wants to curl over, but don't want to get faked out again.
Dog's barking out there for some reason. How's your daughter doing? Is
We
she
don't hear
recovering
them.
well? Recovering from what?
I think they mean from the car accident.
Oh, she wasn't injured.
All
I
those
appreciate it.
information that you talked about, you can see it in NinjaTrader. I do not use NinjaTrader, but do watch the channel. Yeah. I mean, I'm using NinjaTrader as we speak. So
All right, I'm taking a small stab at shorts on the Russell here.
whoa, Leo, what happened here? Someone said, Leo, sorry for asking a personal question, but how's your daughter doing? Is she recovering
Or
well?
did you
What
just
happened?
not listen to what we just said?
Oh yeah, I think she was talking about. They were talking about the car wreck. She wrecked her car.
Oh,
He's not listening to us.
of course I am. What else can I listen to? For the if
Riker, yep, they're the same. Well, NinjaTrader owns Tradeovate, so yeah.
Yeah, DOM replays, we will be going over that later. I do want to have some sort of emphasis on why I use the daily profiles, because there is a difference between what is the most recent piece of information versus like what might be shown on the 5-day rolling, right? So I will be going over that too.
Thanks for the 40 bandos. That video is hilarious, Cooper. You guys ever seen that video? The
No.
little kid who shills like a crypto coin, pumps it up, and then he rug pulls everyone.
And they just
And he's like freaking out in front of the camera. He's like, thanks for the 40 bandos.
Wait, he live streamed himself rug pulling
Yes.
people
Yeah.
and
And he's
said,
literally
"Get
like a
wrecked,
12-year-old
losers."
kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on. I think I might have it on my phone.
Dang. That's cold, man.
He's like freaking out. Oh.
That's cold. Not in the good way. That's insane.
Bro, I'm looking at my screen recordings
Rug
folder
pull
on my
Bill.
phone. It's all NinjaTrader stuff.
Less drawdown when you're wearing a hat. That's why. Yeah, maybe because we're old. Is it because of the hairlines? Yeah, maybe we're old, you know. I'm like 55 years old, so it's tough. Dude, my hair is crazy long. Yeah, I'm gonna get a haircut later.
I thought you do it yourself. Don't you just buzz it off?
My wife does because I'm like, no. I don't trust her to do like the fades, the taper, the lineups, and all that stuff. So my cousin's the one who does that. But lately I've been so busy I can't even like get out and get to my cousin so he can do my hair. So she just buzzes it. One of
That's
these
good,
days,
though.
though, I just buzz a one all around. It's like I'd say after like a week, it's already like too long again. What is this, hair for ants? I'm not actually 55, guys. I'm just playing. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not 55. Leo, I'm having trouble. All right, well, my burner account says they're having trouble clicking claim access on the site for free DOM.
I don't even know how to answer that.
Click harder.
I think it's pretty easy. I don't really know if there's a technical support path. Maybe if you shoot me a DM on Twitter, I can try to help you out. Or get you in touch with somebody that can.
Guys, there's a poll going on right now. Just take a look at it. David, it will be recorded, yes. This move is taking forever. Stop loss BE this. Who's older, XY or Leo? What do you guys think?
What do you think, chat?
What do you think?
One has an 18-year-old
Someone
daughter,
said Salma.
and the other one has a puppy.
Well,
it's not me, so
get a older young kiddo.
you have a kid, XY?
Yeah, not that I've ever meant to tell the internet, but Leo's just gone and told him anyway. I do have a daughter.
Oh my God.
You're a girl
Yes.
dad?
I am a girl dad. I think being a girl, I tell all my buddies, before I
Whoa.
had her, I was like, dude, I'm freaking out. Like, what am I gonna do with a girl? Now I'm
What do you
full
mean, what am I
of
gonna do with a girl?
like, dude, because you're a dude. Like, I'm a dude. So like, in my mind, it's like a son would be the ideal scenario, right? But after having a girl, I tell all my buddies who are in the same situation, like, dude, you saying all that shit now. Trust me, being a girl dad is where it's at, man. I think I think God gives you what you need, and if you need a girl, you're getting a girl.
Wow.
Yes, yes, chat. It is definitely incredible. Yeah, Tex. It is exactly that. It is exactly that. Tape reader, Martin. We just went over this earlier. It's called the tape reader.
Lame.
Orderflowlabs.com. It is free. Sign up for the freemium. I used to game. I don't have time anymore. But I mean, I did it all. Counter-Strike, RTS games like StarCraft, MOBAs like Dota. I played WoW during COVID because my buddies wanted to play. That game sucks. I hate it. I don't like story mode stuff. I'm a PvP player. If there's no PvP, I'm not playing that game. And if there is PvP, I'm skipping everything. Cutscenes, everything. Skipping it all. Go straight to PvP. When Diablo 4 came out, I just rushed my way into PvP. Yeah, I was playing CS 1.6. I'm a little old, so CS 1.0. Yeah, I tell people, anyone who knows StarCraft, if you can play StarCraft at a higher level, you can definitely read the DOM because it's way harder than reading the DOM. Leo, does Motive Wave have tape reader?
Yeah.
King Charles, Leo himself says freemium Motive Wave should have tape reader. Am I glad I shortened my month off to 1 week? Yeah, gold has been pretty lucrative. I think it's because of where it always seems to be, right? It's always at the decision points, and you just got to get a seat and see what happens. I've been fortunate enough to just have it break my way. Look at gold. This is essentially what NQ just did earlier, except it actually tapped the range, but still uptrending. I wanted to short gold too before I shorted NQ because there was a trap node that led to that whole move down last night, and it was the first test back, so a reversion back to this zone, which is a low volume spot right here. But ultimately, I decided to just do NQ instead. It looked like it was moving more, but I had the same idea for both.
Bro, I'm on Twitter and I see Pax's tweet. He tweeted, "When you say someone is based, what's that mean?" I don't even know what that means, but Pax is getting into this like all this lingo. He's mad funny.
Someone asked Leo, do you like shorts here?
Not really. I don't like anything here.
Yeah, they just ruined whatever setup we had here on the Russell. Shab, I would not be the proper person for that. I don't know this Gen Z lingo. I feel out of the loop.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
not.
you are from
Dude, I
the.
don't know what based is. I have no idea.
You don't even know what base. I mean, I know what base
I
is.
just found it funny that Pax is going on Twitter to ask his followers for what that means when he could have just
I
like
know.
Urban Dictionary. He also has like 8 kids he could have asked.
Hello, internet. What does this mean?
Also, I think one time Chris responds back and he says, "I'm dead." And Pax goes, "Does dead mean you're laughing?" just
Chris,
says
what's wrong?
random
Are you
shit.
okay? Talk to me. Call me.
That's just mad funny.
Wow, old bum. Command and Conquer. Yeah, you old. You know Command and Conquer, you old. I know because I played it.
DSB, that's not true. Pax is always answering people's questions, and I know that because like 2 years ago, I DM'd him on Twitter before he even knew who I was, and he replied to my DM. So he definitely answers people.
EXO, 212 EXO. Yeah, I never actually played Warcraft. I only played StarCraft. StarCraft, like Brood War and stuff. The originals. Yeah, the 15-minute does look like the daily, yeah.
Bro, this price action is giving me a headache. Oh, I see what you're talking about, DSB. That's funny.
Jurga, you'll be happy to know that I didn't play Zerg. I played Protoss, the lowest APM class there is. But even playing Protoss, sometimes you could hit like up to 400 APMs, yeah. If you're playing at like a high level. I had a buddy who plays Zerg. He's trading now. I think he's in year 3. This guy was hitting up to 500 APMs. So you don't have to be. If you can play StarCraft at a decent level, you could read the DOM for sure.
Oof.
Age of Empires. Oh, yeah. Uh, Martin, if you're having trouble finding it, you might have to are you the one trying to find the tape reader? If you have trouble, you gotta open up a ticket or something. Web-based DOMs. I mean, Tradeovate's web-based. I'm not particularly a fan, but it's web-based. That might be the only web-based DOM. Yeah, open up a ticket on OFL's website if you're having trouble finding the tape reader. I can't help you.
Who answers that?
I don't know, but it ain't me. I just saw Productions comment. Very Gen Z.
What they say?
XY is bringing the Riz to develop your edge. If you think he ate, parentheses, and left no crumbs in this session, tune in at 4 p.m. It's going to be anything
Oh
but
my.
mid. No cap.
That's funny.
Austin definitely wrote that.
You think so?
Maybe Savannah.
Maybe they just ChatGPT'd it. Typed in the prompt, said, but make it Gen Z.
Austin goes, wow. Am I right?
Wow, wasn't.
Savannah.
Supro, that's a really personal question. And I say personal because not everyone's account, like not the money in one's account is not always the same situation for everyone, right? For someone who wants to trade one mini, maybe they're only going to put enough margin, right? Maybe they'll do, I don't know, 5K just for margin's sake or something like that. But it's not like, oh, for that 5K is their actual budget for an account size. So it's very personal. I think responsibly, I still think like 10K per mini is where you should be. If it's like, this is the money you are allocating to trading, not just, hey, this is the margin I need. I have my account size based on the margin I think I'm going to use. Because you can wire money in and be in a few hours, right? If you're using NinjaTrader. But I think if it's like, this is the money I'm willing to allocate towards my futures trading. If you don't have at least 10K in that account, one mini is really dicey, especially NQ. Just 50 points, you're out 10% of your whole account. Yeah, even at 10K one mini, that's pretty dicey. It's really dicey actually. There's nothing wrong with micros. At least like you can scale out instead of one mini, do 10 micros. You can scale out of your positions and all that stuff. Did an XY up his sizing? Yes. I upped it quite significantly, yeah. That's why I've been trading a lot less. You just get there quicker with bigger size. Commissions on micros. The NinjaTrader lifetime plan has really good comms. But also if commissions on micros are killing you, you might be overtrading. Truly. I think anytime you're getting killed by commissions, you're overtrading. Leo, is this true? I heard
What?
that 98% of the time the ONL and ONH gets touched in the first hour of trading. Is it?
No, not in the first hour. It's
It's
just it gets
in the
touched
session, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leo, big stat guy.
And unironically,
Attention
yes.
traders, it's
If I
algo
ever
time.
see a stat I think is interesting, I actually just ask Leo to confirm it for me. Most of the times it's a load of crap.
So you go to Leo for stats, you go to Leo for help with your
The
account. What else?
platform. Guys, if an idiot like me can make money doing this, you can too. The older I get, the more I realize I have no idea about anything.
I can't believe Leo's more tech savvy than you are.
Me? Oh man, I'm like the least tech savvy on this entire network. I would I would wager that.
Why though?
I don't know. I don't know.
You grew up on this. I mean, kind of.
Yeah, but I don't like keep up, you know?
Big gamer too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But games, you just fire that thing up and you learn how to beat people at it. You know, it's not like I gotta configure. Well, yeah, you do have to build out your character, choose a build, optimize it, but that's just way easier than like it's not real tech. It's just game stuff. Tech, there's a lot of other crap that goes behind it. Yeah. And I think so in games, all I want to do is go PvP, which is player versus player, which is go and beat up other players. So my focus is always, all right, let me go and execute. Right. So the same thing in trading, like when it comes to like setting stuff up, I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I want to go and trade. I want to trade. So with Leo's help, I get up and running quickly. And if I need any changes, I'm like, Leo, can you make it like this instead? I want this instead. And bam, I'm PvPing. I wake up, turn it on, and I PvP on the charts. So I think it's the same thing with gaming and trading. It's what I do in games is when I want to get a good build and stuff, I literally find out what the nerds are doing. I will go and Google certain things, and they've already got the answers. And I say like, I need this item, I need these statistics, or I need these stats, and I need these skills. Put it together. It's the same thing as me asking Leo, hey, can you make me this on the platform? It's me Googling, hey, yo, nerds, what are we doing? What's the meta? And I do that, and then I go PvP and execute. It's the same thing in trading. Leo's got me.
Calling me a nerd right now?
Yeah.
Well,
Leo's
Fuck is going on here?
Leo's the nerd. Like, Leo, I need this. Give me a good build. He gets me a great build, and then I go and execute.
he just
Yeah,
doesn't
and in
ask
trading,
questions. He
you have
just
to know what
does.
the meta is too, right? In trading right now, if you see like a head and shoulders really bearish scenario, the meta is to buy it. If you see a super bearish this, the meta is to buy it until it changes. If it's a clear short, it's probably a long. No, I'm not. The only anime I've ever really watched was Pokemon. Um, and at some point in my younger years, I tried Dragon Ball Z because everyone's talking about it, and I swear, I turned that thing on. They're just screaming for like 3 minutes. Nothing's happening but yelling, and I just turned that shit off. I'm like, I'm not watching this. So,
Well,
no,
I watched Dragon Ball Z.
dude, why are they just all they do is scream? They don't actually do
It is
anything.
a little bit of brain rot. It does. I did feel like I was getting dumber watching that, but it's cool.
Yeah, I believe it's really good, but my experience was just like 3 to 5 minutes of dudes just charging up and screaming. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather watch. No, no. Pokemon though, dude, Pokemon. Yeah, I had the full bed sheets, the pillows. I had it all, man.
And nothing has happened since that rally back into these 420s.
Yeah. Market made a few decisions and said, yeah, that'll be it. Thanks for playing. Attack on Titan was all screaming. I haven't seen Attack on Titan. I mean, I hear it's super, super good though. Kane's on vacation, so the algo is also on vacation.
No, they did it. You just
Oh,
spoke
they did
over
it?
it.
Oh.
They did it.
It's not for the average viewer. Yeah, I've been seeing all the Wemby Attack on Titan stuff. talk bad about Dragon Ball Z, I'll report the channel. Hey, my bad. Production's on my case too. My bad. I just had a bad experience. Hey, look, it could have been bad timing. All right.
Chat is saying they're not gonna watch your segment anymore because of your bad take on Dragon Ball Z.
That's fair. Nobody should watch it. How do you get two volume profiles in your chart?
That's mean.
You use the order flow volume profile from Ninja, and then in about 2 to 3 weeks, you'll have the ability to add a second volume profile, which is what I have for free. It's just a leg, so it's based on the low from the low of this rotation up to now. So it's just a leg to leg profile. So you'll have the ability to add that in a couple of weeks. How does the volume profile help you? Well, here's the thing. In 3 minutes, you're going to listen to Xyzeee talk about the volume profile, and here's what you need to know. I taught everything XYZ knows. So by nature, him teaching you is basically me teaching you.
By proxy.
No, I'm just kidding.
I've had those questions in chat. Like, when did they'd be like, how did Leo teach you everything you know? How long did it take for Leo to teach you everything you know? Like, I'd get that in the chat, and I'd be like, guys.
Hey guys,
Yo.
I kind of want to know also how long it took. Oh man, great job as usual, you guys. Appreciate you this afternoon trading the close. Let's give these guys a round of applause. They've been working hard all afternoon.
I don't know about that.
No, we don't get it today.
No applause.
It's 50. I'm telling you guys, it's 50-50. Sometimes we get it. Sometimes
You've been
don't.
working hard. You've been working hard for sure. The chat's digging it. How many likes do we got? Anybody know?
324. Not enough.
Jim, you're not gonna come down to the basement for the segment? You're gonna stay up there?
I'm gonna stay up here.
All right.
But no offense. No offense.
I can understand. There's no insulation down here, so it doesn't feel too good
plus
right
the
now.
echo, with me talking back and forth, even
That's
though
true.
I mean it's a big space, but still there's an echo. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm not gonna see any of you guys tomorrow, am I?
No, sir.
I'm on tomorrow with Chris.
I'm not on tomorrow. Nope.
All right, so I'll see you. You're on tomorrow, right, XY?
Yeah, with Chris.
Okay, so I'll definitely see you tomorrow. So I won't say have a nice weekend to you, but to these two, have a nice weekend. Whatever your plans are, hopefully it's nice, fun, and relaxing for this Memorial Day weekend. And by the way, Memorial Day, no stream, obviously. It's a holiday, so take it easy. No trading that day.
No Sunday stream either.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you, Salma.
Gotcha.
I forgot to mention that. Any event,
Got your back.
appreciate you guys for sure. We are ready to debut Develop Your Edge. Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right. Bye, guys.
See ya.
The guy, dang, they just took him off.
Something crashed.
Bell rang. All right.
Oh,
I might have
they
started
just
that a bit
literally
early,
got
but here
booted
we
off.
are. What's up, traders? Welcome to
was
Develop Your
crazy.
Edge, the series where we get inside the mind of the traders that you watch every day as they share the edge behind their execution. Today's guest The number one guest is XYZ Trades, and we're covering how to master entries and direction with volume profile. This is an interactive session, so make sure you drop your questions into the chat and we will funnel them over to XYZ. So thank you for being here, everybody. XY, thanks for doing this, man. Number one debut show. Here we go.
I know. It's
Number one debut show. Here we go.
I know. It's what an honor. The number one lottery draft pick.
You
Very
are
interesting. Give me 1 second.
you were drafted to South Carolina, by the way.
Is my screen? I'm still sharing, right? It's all good.
You are going to be sharing the screen today, and I appreciate you doing this. As I just said, I'm not sure where you want to start, but we've been talking a lot about volume profile, and we've been talking a lot about order flow, all these things that you're super keen on, that you're very very good at. And so let's just dig right into it and kind of understand your process. And folks in the chat, ask questions, and I will pop them over to XYZ.
All right. So let's get it started. We will do in Q. I'm just gonna delete. I'm gonna delete all these zones so that we can get fresh zones as we move. So my whole thing, guys, if you are not familiar with auction market theory, it's what most of us order flow traders use. It is largely just the idea that the market is just an auction. There are buyers and sellers. There aren't boogeymen, right? And if I ruffle feathers with this, I apologize. There are no boogeymen. There are simply buyers and sellers, people who want to deal, people who want to deal at certain locations. And ultimately, when you see the volume come in, you get a good idea of where people are placing their inventory, their size, their contracts. And when price moves around it, price moves away from it, price moves towards it, it is information. Now you're seeing what's happening to those participants. Are they likely to squeeze? Are they likely to liquidate? Who's being rewarded and who isn't, which helps you to choose your direction, right? In a trending market, you might see something like this, right? Let's look at this day's volume profile.
Okay, so XY, just to let everybody know, who might have small screens and might not be able to see that particularly well. You're looking at a NASDAQ chart right now. You have a
This is
10-minute
NASDAQ, yeah.
candle. Okay.
But ultimately, I treat every market the same. It's volume, it's interest, it's a lack of, it's positioning and what's happening to the positioning. So, one example is this. Let's just treat this as a daily profile, right? A lot of times on a trend day up, people will have issues with it because we'll say on a long side trend like this, they didn't get filled long. So you're just looking for shorts the whole time. But if you listen to the market, if you follow the volume, it will tell you what it's not looking to do. And in this case, it is not looking to go down. Usually you'll see builds. It's just building higher, moves up higher, builds. At no point, right, does it lose a build. And ignore these candles. We're using the volume profile right now. It's going up, it's building. So when distributions build, it means there's two-way tape. It means there's buyers and sellers. You need that to transact enough volume to build the volume. So every time you have a build, you can speculate there are both buyers and sellers. Every price needs both parties, right? So as the market moves up on a trend day, you're getting a build, and some people might be like, oh, it's exhaustion. There's absorption. There's this. If the market is moving up, it means there's a lot of buying interest, and they need the sell side to match that interest. What's happening is they're meeting sellers. Sure. They're being absorbed. Sure, because sellers are willing to sell to those buyers. But what's likely to happen is they're going to fill all that sell side, and now the market's left with a bunch of buyers who are like, wait, I still need to buy. I'm still looking to buy. They're going to go up. The market's going to go up until it finds the next batch of sellers looking to buy. Buy, right? It's not until, if you want to short, you need volume to be lost. The market's going in one direction and volumes consistently building in that direction. It's not over. It's not done because the interest is continuing to move higher and higher. The interest at no point is moving lower. Just because you're seeing consolidation, absorption, it means nothing more than, hey, we found some sellers. Beautiful. We need to buy. Please sell it to us. We're going to buy it. It is not until you get to a point where you make a high and the volume node gets lost. And now you're trading and accepting the prior node while the first one has issues getting back into it. So the market would rotate back down, trade this, and now you have buyers at risk. All day, buyers are never at risk. It's only the sell side. You're going to get those pullbacks where selling's coming in. You're going to get baited into the short. Surprise, surprise. Now you're a part of the trap. If all day shorts that come in keep getting trapped, why would you bet on the team that's lost to the other team 10 times out of 10? You're not going to be like, oh, I think they'll win this. They won't lose 11 in a row. They're going to win this game. You would never do that. So don't do that on your chart.
So,
right?
so XY, Kev, as when we have a trend day up like you're showing right there, and is it typical to see these kind of high volume nodes, low volume nodes repeatedly all the way up?
Essentially, yeah. On a strong move, you will.
Okay.
They won't always be large, but there will be nodes because what the market's doing is if the market is trending one way, it's only looking for one thing. It's looking for that counterparty to do business with. And so as it's trending up, it's going to keep building distributions. And if there aren't that many sellers, the distribution will be small and they'll buy right through them. Next, we need more sellers. Who's willing to sell at what price? And they keep meeting. They keep meeting with sellers higher and higher. And when there is no sell interest, you get stuff like this. This is a really small, there's like no volume because there's no offer, right? So as the market's moving one way, it's building one way. Never assume that this is the turn. A lot of people might do so on a high time frame just because it's like the high of the range, right? They'll be like, oh, this is the range high. I'm going to try just because it's high. It could work, of course. But if you're playing a high time frame move, you've got a lot of meat on the bone. To me, I don't like to be the first of the party. I could have shorted the very high today, of course, but I waited until I saw weakness in the tape first. I wanted to see buyers stop getting rewarded first. And then I'm all right, maybe there's weakness in the tape. I want to see selling start to come in and push under those buyers. And as soon as the buyers try to step back in again, they can't get back to where the initial buyers are at the highs. And that's going to take time. And that usually leaves this scenario, a scenario where a node gets left behind and you trade, or maybe two nodes, right? So for this example, I want to go to the gold short that I had. I don't know, last Thursday, I believe it was. We have a lot of a build. So there's two examples in this for that scenario. We had this, right? This is a range. Let's just mark it really simple on the 5-day rolling. This is the range. Let me go ahead and delete all these again. This is a range, right? At what point do you really see the hand? It's this. There is a node of volume here that traded. The market's it's rallying, it's ripping. No end in sight until you build it and they lost it. They lost it, but what did they get? They couldn't crack a new low. Means nothing. But I wouldn't fade that. You're still trading the highs. We're still ranging at the highs. And then they come up and then there's not much interest. You ask yourself, look, if this much buying could not push the market through, this one certainly wouldn't. There's not enough of an effort here to push through. And that's what would make me look for an offer, right? They come up again, still, it's not the same effort. They finally sweep it through, but where's the volume? There is no volume. They're back in the range, and where did they build, right? The volume build is here, and let's just mark this one. The volume build is here back in the range. They're having trouble dealing outside the range. So why did I take the short? Well, first of all, every time we go down, it's not a sell, right? These guys aren't like getting trapped just because we're auctioning lower, because the volume, the interest is tapering. It's tapering. It's not enough. The difference is on this day, the market closed here, right? And I was on stream with Chris, I think Salma too, and I was like, I think I might be looking for gold shorts. The difference is they're starting to get a little bit of acceptance here, right? This means, unlike these scenarios where the selling was not willing to step down and offer these prices, they are now, because you're seeing a little build. So I'm paying attention to this. And ultimately, my shorts were found in this
So
range.
XYZ, real quick.
Yeah.
So that little build that you just kind of highlighted, that gave you a little bit of a tell that there's potential to the downside.
Yeah, because the issue prior was as we keep pushing lower, the selling doesn't follow. It doesn't follow them. Like, there's no follow through. But a build can only happen if it's two-way trade. Two-way trade means there are sellers that are stepping down here, finally. And now if this were to go, it's a big liquidation. It's going to be a huge liquidation back to the prior range, because using the daily profiles, you can see on this move up, there's very little offer in the way. What happens then, right? I'm always asking, what happens then if an offer actually finds itself willing to trade these prices, right? You get that move through, it's low volume. There wasn't interest prior. There still isn't really that much interest now. And ultimately, I was just looking for this because this was the volume. This volume was the catalyst for that move, right? The breakthrough. I did have TP1s around here, and this was because before this node got bigger, there was a little tiny node. So to me, that showed me too, on the move up, someone did step in the way here. A seller did show, and they bought through it, which means there is passive buying interest here prior. Obviously, they traded down, they grew the node. It's a little bigger now, but these are the things I look for: signatures, footprints of people, of inventory. So as they're building this, now I'm just looking for one thing. Are they able to now trap the sellers, get back into this range and accept it again? As you guys can see now in hindsight, no, they didn't. They couldn't. If buying was present, this wouldn't be left as a low volume spot, right?
Yeah.
If buyers were willing to push this back up and through, they would do so. Volume would build because the seller's trying to step down. They'll get back in the range to go through, but they didn't, and they lost it. So to me, the market finally finds willing sellers stepping down. They find the buyers try to do what they can. Ultimately, even they get left behind. So this is offsides inventory too. It's not just this. These are like the last chance buyers. I want to buy the low of this range. And if they can't even hold this range, who's left? Nobody's left, right? And then you get that move.
XYZ. So let's, Karen asks, there a reason to use a 5-day rolling profile? So what I'm seeing is you have daily profiles, and then on the right-hand side, you have a longer term profile
5-day.
as well.
Yeah, because I'm mostly a scalper. So I don't have any volume profiles outside of 30 days. And I'll use a 30-day on like next to the 5. I don't have it loaded because it would take even longer to load. But a 30-day, but the truth is, when the market's breaking away from ranges that have been established, I want new information. So I found myself, I could have a yearly profile, a monthly, a this, a that. But when price left current ranges and went to really old levels, I found that I never really trusted them to execute from. So in my mind, what's the point of even having it? Just let the market give new information, mark that, reference that, put the context in, and then go from there. So let's just say like rollover, people adjust their levels. I delete everything. Give me new action, give me new activity, place your bets. I'll see where you are and I'll see what's happening to you. And then I'll go from there, right? So the market needs to always be relaying more recent info, which is why I keep it pretty recent. And as a scalper, you don't need long 3-day holds and stuff. I could just, my average trade duration is like 4.5 minutes. So I just need to make sure I'm on the right side. If the market, is going in a direction I'm looking to follow that, I want to go against some kind of counterparty, right? Show me a failure to drive price against the direction I'm going to go with. And then I'll use that as a show of hands. Hey, you try to do all this. Hey, if you don't get what you want, I'm trading against you now. And that's it. It could be that simple. The gold right now is a great example too. I'm going to go with yesterday's Asia Longs because, well, I think it's a great show. We had this range building and we finally broke under and we have this, right? So I'm just going to mark this. Broke under, we have this. And the next day, they're still building this. And we go up through. Now, a lot of times it would be like, oh, you know, let's offer this old range when they come back, kind of like a breakdown retest. And I did give it a shot, right? On stream, I gave it a shot, but it failed. It didn't offer all the way back down. It actually held, right? So in these moments, I'm looking at simply low volume spots because they finally broke under it and they had 2 days overlapping. They built it. I'm not going to give the sellers much of a shot to offer this. They need to do it immediately because if they don't, the more recent information is there's 2 days worth of inventory that is now offsides on the short side, and they go back in the range. Right now, the buyers are not at risk anymore, right? Most people would see just the price action, be like, oh, right now it's still a down market. You know, I want to get short because, you know, we're trading lower, breakup structure, yada, yada, yada. But volume tells me a different story. The more recent information, and this is today, ignore this. The more recent information is they've tried this for 2 whole days, got back in the range and left 2 low volume spots. No one's willing to offer. No one's willing to bid. And now if no one's willing to offer a bid and we're above with 2 days worth of trapped volume, you're probably going to look for longs. And that's what I did yesterday. I actually looked for longs as low volume spot, came all the way back up, obviously, and you know, in hindsight, you see now it took the runner out, dead. But I mean, this thing went a lot of points.
So,
right?
But XYZ, when you look for longs, do you wait for that low volume area that you just identified to be broken?
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
because there are spots where you have an advantage. You never want to chase a target. You want to try to be seated in a location where you have a distinct advantage. If it goes without you, that's not your trade, right? You want to trade bigger size. You want to do all this. You have to learn to manage the risk. The opportunity has to be very, very, very good in terms of how much is this opportunity going to cost me, right? A lot of people get target fixated. They're like, oh, you know, now that they've done this, they're going to go here. I just got to get on. I got to get on with it. But how you really make your money, how you make the equity curve go just straight up diagonally is by making sure you wait for the spots where it's like you got home court advantage. This is where they're going to make the choice. And I was talking about that during the stream today. Like the market makes choices. It goes here, makes a decision. If the decision is this, they're likely going to go here. And then they're going to go here and go there. And we'll break that down in a bit. We'll go down to the low time frames. But the market makes choices, and this is one of them. They finally broke down. They're trying to make the decision. This is when they've made the choice, right? We can't go any lower. They're going to go back up. And now the next decision spot is this low volume spot. If they test it, do they get access back into these ranges, or does this hold, right? This can go both ways, short or long. The idea is you're never going to be right, you're not always going to be right, but you're always going to lose way less than what you make. And how do you do that? You've got to pick your spots, right? Look at where they're dealing, look at where they're not dealing. It's more important to try to find where the market doesn't seemingly want to go than where you think it's going to want to go. Okay. So in these moments, we can see the market doesn't really want to go lower. Oh, but now it does. And it's going lower. It doesn't want to go lower here. And then it just shows its hand. Well, we tried it 2 days. There's not enough sell interest. We go back up. And then what happens ultimately? Let's mark this range for the bulk of the volume. They taper into it. All right, look, if it didn't work these 2 times and you don't show the same effort, it's definitely not going to work this time. And then they go and reclaim this low volume spot again. At this point, not financial advice. This is a bid. This range right here is a bid because the market has shown its hand, right? It's not interested in dealing lower. Well, what happens then if the market's not interested in dealing lower? It's going to go test higher again, and it does. It rotates through this node. It's going to keep going until it finds that, hey, look, we're not willing to buy this, and it's what we've been seeing for a while. They're having trouble finding buy interest in this range. The volume tapers.
Yeah.
So what you can do is
go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, what you can do is once they trade this range again, look for support. When it pulls back, look for volume to build and then build and build. And I have another example for that. This is NQ. Move down. Very scary, right? We've got all this, a whole day's range. Moves down, and it's then all of a sudden they don't want to deal here anymore. They're moving down, and then they get a new range, right? New range, move up. It's pretty thin. They move down, so and so, until, all right, they finally get this move down. It's tapered. It's tapered. First, I would have marked this, right? So this is an old range. We're going to start all the way back here. This was like May 5th. This is an old range, but they finally broke out. It's overlapping. This to me is interesting. Market finally goes through, and look, this is that low volume spot where no one was willing to deal. Still, market comes back, no one's willing to deal. Big sell-off day. I don't know if you guys remember this. This was a big thing. Everyone, bloody murder. Oh my gosh, the top is in. I think we got a new leg down. All they've done is just trade this auction again. They didn't really auction this on the way back, on the way up. Traded it, and all they've gotten was a prior range. So what's important is this. They're building volume and interest. Yes, beautiful. Don't fade it until this. They couldn't continue it. They go up. Sure, means nothing. But this is a big enough node for me to mark. This, to me, is very interesting. As they came down, they facilitated a lot of two-way trade here. A lot of buyers and sellers here. If price is under here, buyers are in trouble. Do not try to fade the sellers. But they came back through. Now I have a level. I have a zone. Because now there's a lot of sellers in trouble. They even tried lower. To me, it's a great zone. What happens? I don't even know if this... I think it barely taps into here. Yeah, like they... On this day, they barely tap into it right here. And it's a taper, right? So I'm always looking for the show of hands. Put your inventory in. Let's see what happens to you, right? And you get good levels. And then finally, the market breaks it. Let me extend this. Market breaks it. Now they're dealing lower. Old news. This is the current situation. Building, building, building. Another build, right? Right here. No go. Now these guys are trapped. Now they're going up and through. Again, this is the old range, right? All of this volume is underneath that range. This was that sell attempt. They tried to push through. Market said, no, there's not enough sell interest yet. Still pretty bid. They go back and through. Guess who's trapped, right? Outside the range. And they taper into it. This wasn't enough to get the job done. This won't be. The market has made its choice. Where is the market not willing to go? Here. They tried it once. They won't even bother this time. So what do? You rotate through, back into the range. Sure. It's great and all. But as we've now marked, look, we've got 2 days overlapping downside, right? And they had trouble really getting out of it. The difference now is this. This build here. Big difference. Taper, taper, build. Build can only mean there are buyers this time. And what happens? They break through. Again, buyers and sellers, both. If there's a distribution being built, both parties are in there. We just don't know who's going to be offsides yet. At this point, now we know. There's selling in here that's offsides when the buyers finally pushed it through. They need to hold this. They should hold this when they come back. Because this was the break. They didn't have interest prior, they did now. Right? And then what happens today? Taper. So my NQ long was based off of this. I was leaning on this, and I did get along in the 170s, really low. My last ad was apparently 181. That was my runner. I thought I had really good seats, and I did. We got 250 points of a move, right? The market comes back at the open and pokes me out before I even get to the charts. Still, it's showing that this is a great spot. And how did we find this, really? How did we know that we can trust it? Imagine this. A node is built, two-way tape. The market only has one function. Find a price, find a range where we can happily deal. Sellers and buyers interacting fair, right? That happened here. until imagine two queues, two lines. One line has 100 people that are trying to buy, but the other line only has 30 people who are willing to sell. So 30 people connect, 30 and 30. There's no more sellers. They need to go find higher prices to find more sellers because now there's 70 people left still in line that are looking to buy. That's pretty much what's happening in the market. And so if the market comes back to where they found sellers, to where they found buyers, there could be 70 people still waiting in line here to buy, right? It's just an analogy. They have found in this range, more people wanted to buy than to sell, which is why they broke out of it to find sellers. Coming back into the range, we have that old information. We have 100 people in the line to buy, 30 people in the line to sell. So now you still got, people that want to buy. It's as simple as that. It doesn't have to be true to the fact. It doesn't have to be this. This is the context that I work with. All right. So great example here.
So in other words, we found buyers there before, i.e. yesterday. And why wouldn't there be buyers here again today?
Right. And so it's always about the most recent information, because if you just look at the 5-day rolling, which a lot of people just have a profile, they don't have broken down in dailies like a TPO setup.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the reason I like that. If you had just a 5-day, you would think, it's like a balance. This low volume would probably not have been created if this didn't really occur, right? To separate all this. But people would be like, it's just going to be a balance, and then it's through, and then it's through. But they held it here because this is the most recent information. This is the most recent batch of inventory that's, affecting the market. Whether that's the fact of the matter, I don't know. It's just how I operate.
Yeah, let's take a couple questions though. There's a ton of great questions in the chat. You've covered a lot of it, but let's pick a few of them off. Twisted asks Twist 3D, not Twisted, Twist 3D. Why use full session profiles and not just regular trading hour volume profiles?
Because to me, yes, there is a difference between overnight inventory and New York session inventory. What's we'll say more important or what you can lean on. But I found that at the end of the day, volume is volume. You'll get way more volume in the New York session, yes. But to me, it doesn't mean that you should only look at New York session volume then. Overnight can still provide additional context. And if it rings true to that day where the overnight volume is too thin to care about, you'll see it on the volume profile, right? To me, all volume is volume. Inventory, whether it's placed at this time, or that time, it's still inventory nonetheless. I want to see what's happening to inventory in its full capacity. No matter what time you put it in, what happened to you? What did you actually try to do, and what the hell happened to you? And so that gives me added context. And over time, I just found, hey, look, I have zero issues mapping out the market in any way, areas of interest, with full session profiles. So I just never changed it. It works perfectly for me. And that I'm going to keep it that way, because ultimately volume is volume. To me, it doesn't really matter what time it was put in. It's how much of it was put in.
Okay,
so if it's how much of it, doesn't matter. If it's thin because it's a Globex session, I'll just see thin volume and not care.
Yeah. Yeah, and kind of I think you've already answered this, but kind of related to that, Armpit Enthusiast says, aren't most trades closed on the same day? Does inventory from previous days matter? Just wanted to throw that question out. I know you've kind of covered this already, but
I would say so, because I believe that retail, we are trash liquidity. What's really moving the market is, the big players. And distributions cannot be built without the big players. Retail, we are not building it. Then this is just what I think. We are not building out these big distributions. These are literal footprints left behind by the big players. And so I think that's what makes all the volume, no matter what time it is in the day, that's what makes it really matter to me. And these guys are not price sensitive, right? They're not as price sensitive as us, where you put in this trade and it moves 30 points against you, and I got to get out. No, they just have orders they need to fill, and they're going to try to find the best prices, right? And VWAP is a big barometer of that, right? If you want longs and you're above VWAP, you're not doing as great as you can. That's just how it is, right? So to me, the volume profile is a footprint of what the bigger players are looking to do, and they are not price sensitive like us. They're not time sensitive like us. So I don't believe that everything is like brand new. Every day is a whole brand new set of inventory. It is, yes, but the old ones do matter. Absolutely. And the chart keeps telling me that it does,
Yeah.
right? Whether or not it's true, no idea. But my chart repeatedly tells me that it does matter. So I'd always say, like, don't ever take the chart for a liar. If the market's just drifting up, it's just drifting up.
Yeah.
There does not need to be, oh, the market should do this, it should do that. It's literally just going up. It's not trying to trick you. It's not doing this weird fancy word trickery to do this to retail, and that's what it wants you to do. The market does not give a shit about what I want to do, what you want to do, what
Short
retail wants to
squeeze
do.
taking out the stops.
Yeah, like, oh, they want to do this so they can do this. It's a bunch of dudes sitting at a round table, hee hee ha ha. And like, that's not really what's going on, you know? They just have orders to fill. They want to sell, they're going to choose where they want to sell. If they want this, want that. It's not like, okay, I see a node and I'm like, oh, ha ha, you tried to do this and you failed and now you're hurt. I don't think they're hurt. It just tells me if price is moving away, there's more interest on one side than the other. And if that's going to be the case, I found my direction. Now all I got to do is find locations for entry. And one such example could be an attempt to go back up, right? If the market's going down and I'm like, all right, well, the direction's down. If I see a bid come in, all I'm looking at is like, all right, cool. Here's a bid. What do they get for it? That's it. And if it looks weak, if it looks like they're not going to get much for it, then I'm offer. But this is the key. This is where I frame everything. Where's the volume building? What are they getting for it? And intraday, this very simple too. All day, right? They're having trouble down here. They're not really getting what they want. Ultimately, we start drifting up. And this whole zone right here, I mean, this was a headache for everybody, right? That's what I would guess. It's not clean action at all. You're just stuck, gravitated like it's a huge magnet. Finally, the market breaks. All right. The market's broken. Now, what I'm looking at is this entire piece of volume. All day we spent building this. Hey, look, there's a lot of sellers in here too, right? Guess who's not happy? Guess who's not getting what they want? I'd rather go for longs. And they tried to sell back into it. What'd they get? Nothing. And in this range, I would speculate that if you look back now in hindsight, let me try to get rid of this zone. Right here. Tape reader shows they did try to sell. It looks like they did try to sell. What is it telling us now? If the market finally breaks out of this range that they spent all day working on, dealing, buying, selling, broke out. First, what does that mean? More buy interest and sell interest. What's going to confirm it? If the sell side comes in and they still cannot push price down, even back into this range. Contextually, if you're looking to fade this, you're out of your mind. The market has literally shown its hand. It built this entire node of volume. And I'd say on stream sometimes, yes, it looks like it's a big headache. The market's spinning you around. It's choppy, but these are where moves are built. If you are patient, you're looking at that consolidation, that price action everyone's crying about, and you're just waiting. It's a knife fight. Do you simply say, yeah, you guys figure it out. You guys figure it out. Let me know what the answer is. I'll get along with it. Well, the answer came to be higher. How do you get in? Well, you know that the counterparty sell side did not get what they want. They are the losing team. They try to sell it. They get trapped, pushed against. If this is an entry, I don't know what is. This is everything you would need to know. This is everything you could ask for. And like I said, you're not going to be right or wrong on all your trades. Good trades lose, bad trades work. We are working with information. And if this is going to be the information, the market's going up, sell side's not getting what they want, they try to sell, right? And they get ran against. That's as good as it gets. If I lose that trade, hey, variance.
Well,
But
But XYZ, Alex has a great question, actually.
Mhm.
Well, they're all great questions, but Alex says, but aren't high vol nodes, HVNs, magnets?
If the market cares, right? They're only magnets if it's big enough of a distribution and you've got tapers on both ends. So this is a good example right here. Before the market broke, why was it a magnet? Taper downside, taper upside. The market makes choices. Right now, it's indecisive. As it gets up, no one's making that choice like, yeah, let's push this. Market's like, no, there's not much interest up here. If there's not much interest, where do you have to go? Back, where they're happily dealing. If you go downside, still no interest. Where do you have to go? Here. Consider this the volume profile of a watch. This is a Rolex. You have been watching the Rolex market for 5 years. You are well familiar with the fact that if someone, now this is a $30,000 watch, every single time people sell this thing for 20,000, it's gone. You don't even have a chance to buy that thing. Every time somebody tries to sell it for 40, no one bites. And every single time these things happen, the market gravitates towards back where people are willing to deal. 30,000. This is 30,000. 40,000, 20,000. If no one's willing to scoop prices higher, the market is not going to go higher. There's no incentive to. Vice versa downside. If no one's willing to sell, you've got maybe 1 or 2 a week selling at 25K, 20K. Market's going to snap back because people are watching like, why would I sell for that price when I could sell it here, right? And the buyer's like, why would I buy this thing for 35 when people just keep selling it for 30? I'm just going to wait. So no one starts to buy the offers at 35, at 38, at 40. The market drifts back to where people are willing to buy when they want to sell, right? That's auction market theory. I hope it makes sense. But the difference is this. This is price discovery now. They broke out of it. So in this moment, somebody posted a watch for 40,000 and that thing was bought. Someone else saw it. I'll post it for 38, bought. 37, bought. 35, bought.
Yeah.
35, bought. 35, bought. 38, bought. The market's starting to see, holy crap, I might not be able to buy this thing at 33 anymore, let alone 30. Actually, might have to buy it at 38. That's what's happening right here. So
And it
38
doesn't
goes,
matter.
39
It
goes,
doesn't
40
matter
goes.
what the news is, right? I mean, it's the
This
price
was
and the
this
volume.
was like some news thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't, but
But
it doesn't matter that it
news
was
or not,
news.
yeah. The market is here to facilitate the auction. Imagine if it's not news. So at some point, what happens is now everyone's willing to sell up high because they're like, oh man, people are buying at 40. No more sellers. The sellers, they all sold. They do not have watches anymore. Now the other sellers are like, oh man, no one's selling at 40. I'm gonna try to sell at 42. I'm gonna sell at 43. And the buyer's like, no, I want it. I want it. There's not enough of these watches. I want it. I need to find mine. And it's going up and it's going up and it's going up because the market's seeing this and it's reacting this way. If someone's willing to buy 44, someone's willing to sell 45, someone will buy 45. Someone's going to offer 46. No one wants to buy. Guess what? It's going to go to 45. 45 doesn't sell. 44, 43, 42. And now everyone that's still holding a watch is like, holy crap, I bought this thing at like 44 and it's trading at 38. I might have to just sell this while I can. That's a liquidation, right? That's a break. That's this. Yesterday, where my runner was, gold actually built a node here, right? Globex, they had a node. They couldn't build anything here. Went up, built a node, and lost it. And what happened afterwards? Back in the range, and it does the same old dance because they tried to sell the watch 44, 45, 46, 48 until no one was willing to buy. They saw that people started to sell 45. They're like, it's cool. It's cool. I'll wait. 42, 41. They're like, oh shit, I need to get rid of this thing. So this happens. So I know drinking from a water hose, guys, but I hope it's coming across okay.
So let's take a look at that last profile there, right there on gold. The very today, we had the taper at the top at the session highs, came all the way back down, then clawed all the way back up, but that taper didn't get any bigger.
On this profile particularly?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I think I understand what you're saying. There's a there's a reason I was looking for a gold short and I went with NQ instead earlier, is because this is that first time coming back to where they got trapped overnight. And usually the market, anytime there's a big node, like there's a trap, an actual trap, say like something like this, right? Big volume here. If and when the market comes back here, there's a very small likelihood that it just cuts through first go. I have found a very high percentage of the time you're going to find an offer. It's going to reoffer because it's the same idea. That line, they had 100 sellers, but only 30 buyers. So there might be 70 still waiting, right? It's possible. Doesn't mean it's going to cause a big crash, but you'll get a reaction on the short side. And I make plenty of money scalping that idea, right? So it would be the same thing here. First time back, you're probably going to get a reaction. Did I expect it to be this steep? No, but it's seemingly reasonable because it's back to the low volume spot where the next decision gets made. So I would always say the market makes decisions and then the next and then the next. The decision was, all right, we're not going lower. We're going to go higher. We're going to test this range again, test this trap. All right, next decision. Well, we're going to test this and see if it holds higher, and then we'll break through this thing afterwards. Possible, right? Another good example is today's intraday activity, NQ. Decision. They go up higher, they're breaking through, weakness. Now they come back. Yeah, look like a big old sell. The market's dying, everything, run for the hills. All it did was go back to this range where they found that they have way more buyers than sellers, right? And what'd they do? They held it, right? No one was willing to sell this anymore after they tried for a bit, got taken out, and then they got trapped here. So
Yeah.
this is a change in information, really strong. Where the hell are the buyers? Who knows? Sellers, continuation all day from the top. But things changed. After they held this, they couldn't even sell anymore. They tried. If the market was strong on sell side, why are they getting trapped? This is when you should flip the bias, right? Same thing with this. I waited. Maybe I could have offered the highs, whatever, but I waited until the market actually traded against some buying. And check it out. I'm going to mark this. You guys are going to see.
Yeah, I got a couple. I just want to address a couple of people are using the word TPO, time price opportunity, which is similar but a little different idea than volume profile. And someone asked, what's your tick compression for your TPO? I think they meant for your volume profile. How big are your histogram bars?
Volume profile, yeah. I don't know what the compression is. I would be as close to no compression as possible, but your chart might literally explode. So I found some kind of setting where my chart doesn't explode. And that's just, there's no super secret sauce to that. Just as real as I can see it, and my chart won't explode. So however close you can get, maybe 4 ticks, 8 ticks, maybe 20, maybe 40, who knows, right? As long as it survives. But for this example, you can see I was looking at this. There's a node here. This volume built. They did try to buy this, continue. They lost it, and then they couldn't really get back in. I'm like, okay, tape's starting to get kind of weak. And this is where my original short was before I got out and then got short again. But then here, they got continuation. They stopped getting continuation. Now, who's getting continuation? Buy side, right? The market made a choice. Hey, we're not really looking to go up. Next choice. All right, let's go test that downside again. Let's go test where we left. They made that choice. So now this is when I said, hey, I think the market, I literally said on stream too, I think the market's done making decisions for the day. They said, no higher. And then they said, not this range either. And guess where they closed? In between. They said, nope, not here, not here. And they did a lot of work today. They did a lot of things.
Yeah.
The market's not going to make a million decisions a day. After the market's moving so crazy and then it starts to consolidate, look at what decisions it's making and what it's not doing anymore. And you can find, hey, I think the rest of the day is going to be chop, or it's going to be this, or we're going to pin here. Look for what's happening with volume, where it's building, who's left behind, and what decisions get made afterwards, right? Ideally, you want to keep going up. You build the node, you want to keep going up, but why'd they leave it behind? Maybe they're not that interested in higher prices. They go test this. How come they didn't, get back into this range? They still don't want to deal in this range, right? So
Yeah.
we get locked up here.
So great question from Jay in the chat. XY is quick to change its bias if the order flow info changes. And every once in a while on the stream, you flip your position, right? So you're looking at a shorter
Hmm.
time frame to make those decisions.
Absolutely. And I did today on
Yeah.
the short. So as we came down, I'm covering. I still have some, maybe half. And at this point, I think I'm telling Leo, like, if we don't make a new swing low out of this, I think we rotate higher. Because yeah, the sell was cool, but we didn't really get that far. They just kind of went to the last consolidation, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, this thing could totally rotate up and they'll find that, hey, you know what? We won't be able to buy lower prices. We're gonna have to buy up higher. And then I actually did get along for a while. We got like 20 something points MFE, but I'm not getting long to take any offer here. We're gonna go back, rotate all the way through if we're gonna hold this spot. And eventually I had to scratch out of that, and then the tape starts getting really heavy. And it gets to a point where, look, there is so much order flow and volume coming into this spot that I think whichever way we actually move, I want to be involved. Don't know which direction yet, but I want to be involved, and I'm waiting and watching. Eventually I choose short. Why? The tape is so heavy.
Something's
And
going to happen.
yeah, the tape gets really heavy on the downside. And I found that, yes, a lot of people, when they see newer order flow traders trying to become gurus and this and that, they talk about absorption. Oh, just because, the market's trying to sell, they're trying to do all this, but they're not moving price, then the price is going to go up. That's not really that true. Whoever's being aggressive is whoever's trying to move price. The price will only move against aggression when they stop being aggressive. The thing is, they never stopped being aggressive. They kept pushing and pushing and pushing. To me, there is way more urgency on the sell side than the buy side. So I'm gonna go with the sell side, because when there is aggression, there is movement. All the stuff you see with the absorption, the trap, and the blah blah, it's all hindsight stuff. It's cherry picked. Watch a real market for long enough, and you'll see aggression generally gets what it wants, right? You just need to know which direction. So the earlier examples, the market's trending up, is an up day. If I see aggression downside, well, I already have the information. For the last 4 hours, downside aggression has gotten nothing. So I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy that from them because they ain't doing shit. And then I make money. Vice versa downside. You just know what direction you're going, and you'll see when aggression comes in, who's it from? If it's the party that's getting washed all day, trade against them. That's your entry,
Yeah.
right? The trick is to wait for it. Make sure the location makes sense, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I flipped here. I was short, heavy short, 12 lots. Then I got long, maybe 10. I ended up getting short. I was at 14 or 16, I don't remember. But I'm flipping, and I'm flipping with size. This is not like, oh, I think. No, I'm committed to it. And I'm flipping because the information is changing, right? You're not careful, you'll get chopped up. You guys see, like, I'll have stops, but a lot of times I'm taking myself out of the trade before the stop. The stop is an emergency. This is a, hey, make sure you take my chips off if we trade this. But if I'm getting long and I'm not seeing continuation, this and this, why wait for me? Why wait to get stopped out? I got long because I saw X activity. That activity is no longer present. That trade it's gone. That trade is imaginary at this point. Get me out of it, right? If I'm going on the short side with momentum, I want to see that push, right? If they push and they fail, take my chips off. I don't care where we are. I don't care if it's a small win, small loss. Get my chips off the table. Yeah. It's either happening or it's not, right? I'm a ride or ride out kind of guy. And in this moment, they finally pushed, right? So I'm just waiting. Look, buy side's coming in. You start to see them try to hold it. And that's when I'm telling Leo, like, dude, they don't get what they want. I'm adding to this. And this is where I added, I think 5 more lots or something like that back in. Because this is the attempt. If they cannot get back in this range, the same idea as all these concepts with getting back into old ranges, they can't get back in here, they're done. It's over. The party that lost is now trying to get access back in, and they were the ones that lost last time. All I need is for them to lose again, and they do, right? So I'm following everything as very recent information. I want to see the most recent order flow, and that's why I have the daily profiles. You can use this whole thing in aggregate, sure, but as a scalper, I want good entries. I want good entries, and I want what's real right now. And these are how I find it. So You can see that it tightened up, low volume, but it became this as low volume, right? And so the market starts behaving as such. And now it's different. Now it's this. But you'd never know just looking at things in aggregate. If you looked at this, hey, this is not bad, right? So the most recent information is what's important to me. Another thing is something
And by the way, Ken,
like,
this is a 60-minute candle chart.
yeah, we've got, yeah, I think we should like do questions at this point. I haven't looked at chat at all.
Yeah. No, you've covered a lot of them as we went, and I've threw a couple out there, but I do have a bunch more. Let me hit you with some of them right now. Going back to your 1 minute, and I don't want to get too far in the weeds into this, but going back to your 1 minute chart, Justin asks, what's the red and blue profile on the 1 minute, on the one on the right with the histogram bars?
Oh, this delta difference between, market orders, buying and selling. So if you see minus 427, there are 427 more orders against the bid than against the ask in this range. So let's just assume we trade higher, right? This information would actually show that a lot of selling occurred here. And if we trade higher, these guys are all trapped, right? We trade higher, a lot of selling occurred and entered the market, and they still couldn't push price. What does that tell us? There's still more buy interest. Get long or be wrong. These guys couldn't take it down. Don't assume the next guys will, or the next guys.
So the trades are happening on the offer as opposed to on the bid.
Yeah, the red is against the bid. It's hitting the bid, trying to drive it lower. Blue is against the offer, trying to push it higher. Yeah, so it's a reward. I mean, it's an effort, and then we look for the reward for context. I know, guys, it's a lot. There's a lot into what I do, and this is just high time frame, trying to find areas of interest, plotting and all that. But that's the game, right? I can't give you guys everything I do in an hour. It's really impossible to do so. And I have resources. I have YouTube videos. I have a playbook where these things are outlined. But to do so in an hour is very difficult. So I apologize if you guys are flooding the chat with questions that I can't get to. Jim's doing his best to, find questions, but it's heavily nuanced.
Yeah, so let's get a couple more. So Alex says, do you think a decision has been made how to enter? You say you are looking at the dome, but what are you looking at to spot there on the dome?
The same thing as this information can relay, or even the delta by price. If I want to take the market higher, I'm looking for sellers, and I'm looking to see where the sellers are having trouble pushing price. And if they can't get what they want, price starts reloading there, I'll put some orders in. And if they start getting traded against, and I see a bid like actually follow through with the tape, now as we're trading above that sell attempt, if the bid is rushing in again, I'm adding more. I'm putting more on it because now there's more confirmation. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. If the market doesn't agree, it comes back, stops me out. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But if the market agrees, I make plenty of money. And you just rinse and repeat. It could be that simple. Know where you're going. Find the counterparty, because they're the ones not getting what they want, and trade against them.
Yep. Twist asks, how do you incorporate point of control?
POC to me is the same thing as a gigantic node. It's where most of the inventory is placed, and now the market's doing what it does with that sitting there. So if the POC is put in and we're trading higher and higher and higher, I think that's market strength, right? Because majority, like the biggest distribution is sitting below us. Why? Buy interest. So if the market continues to build nodes above where the POC is, that's continuing interest. Do not fade. Get in line. Get long or be wrong, or get short with the volume. But if we do have a POC and it's turning into a D-shaped profile and it starts to taper, as price comes up, it just gets less and less interest, less and less of a build. That POC is more magnetic. So like everything is nuanced. If we're getting distributions along the way, up and up and up, do not fade it. Follow it. Follow it away from the POC. You might get a new POC up there. right? Because there's buy interest that needs to be filled, and they haven't found sellers that are enough to fill that buy interest. But once they do, you'll probably get a new POC because they'll facilitate trade for a long time there, right? But if you're getting a balance, something like this, right? Price has trouble finding continued interest as it goes away from the POC. It's going to become very magnetic. And you can look for reversions back to the POC.
So on that note, Dynamite asks, do you treat all daily profiles equal? Like high volume days may hold more weight versus low volume days?
Yes, I do, for the sake of simplicity. I think it's very easy to try to get super big brain about macro stuff.
Yeah.
To me, it's look, inventory is inventory. I don't need to know why you put your sell there. I don't need to know why you tried to buy this. I actually don't care. Just show me where the market wants to go and show me where it doesn't want to go. You have your rhyme or reason. Someone said this, the market's that, someone's supercomputer chip looks really cool. Ceasefire part 46. No, I don't care. Show me where the inventory is, what's happening to it, and where the volume is now building, because the volume is the interest. If the interest is going higher, I'm going to follow it. If the interest starts to fade and now the dynamic changes, the order flow, we were buying the whole time, but now the buying is not rewarded anymore. Actually, the buying is starting to lose ground and the sell side's getting steam. That changes everything too. Until the market presents me all of that information, there's nothing for me to do, right? And if we're chopping around, everyone's getting chopped up, crying, boo-hoo, the market's out to get me, they don't want to move price. Actually, they're setting something up that will actually matter. You just got to wait for it. Because the longer the market does what you hate, the more inventory is in there to facilitate that next move for you. All you got to do is wait for it.
So XY, we have a couple of minutes left. And there's several forms of the same question, basically asking, what do you see in the NASDAQ going into tomorrow? Where's the trade going into tomorrow?
It's going to depend on what they do overnight. So the reason I got longs and I had a TP at 30K was, look, we tried the downside. Finally, we poked out of this range. We trapped it. We trapped this whole node and we tapered here, no interest. And then we did it again here, no interest. So to me, look, they're holding higher. I think this time they can actually finally break this, right? And today they held it again. If there's no interest to drive this thing lower, where does the market need to go? It needs to go higher. It needs to find sell side to accommodate the buy side. Unless they fail this overnight, like an actual trap node, I don't think they're going to taper the interest. I think they're going to try it. And if the nodes keep building, it's going to keep going. But right now, gun to my head, higher or lower, I'm going to say higher because they tried lower. They showed their hand here. If the sell is not going to do it, where's the sell now? This one ain't going to do it. We came up, we tested, we broke it, we came down, and look what happened today. They just came back to the old range we built all day, and now they're accepting higher again. The current information is higher because the current information is they don't care about lower. There is no volume and no interest being done at lower prices. So, gun to my head right now with no new information, we're going higher until that new information comes. And that's why I don't really lean into like, oh, what do I think the market's going to do tomorrow? I don't know, but I'll know when I get on the chart because I'll be able to see what they've done.
And you're not going
I
to
make $0 guessing.
You're not going to, you only execute during RTH?
Pretty much. I mean, Asia, yeah, the past yesterday and Thursday, I traded gold and NQ Asia because they were in locations like this, right? Yesterday, here, after this hold, got seated, really nice, made plenty. Gold. Yesterday, these traps right here, taper, I think it's going to hold for a move through, got paid plenty. Right? It just didn't go all the way through, but the idea worked out. And so that's all I need. I don't get paid to know what the market's going to do tomorrow or the next week. I make $0, so I just don't care about it. It's, hey, when I get on, what are we doing? What's been cooking? Then I get paid.
All right. Awesome stuff. I wish we can keep going. We're up against time. It's been a great session, a great kickoff for Develop Your Edge. I know you're going to be with us tomorrow, also trading live. So folks, carry over questions that I missed. I apologize if I missed some. into tomorrow's session because XY will be back with us on NinjaTrader Live. And XY, also tell folks how they could follow you and get a hold of you.
Um, Twitter. All my links are on Twitter. So I have a YouTube. I have a Twitter account. Um, just go to my Twitter account, XYZ Trades, 3 E's. There's going to be a link that has all my links, YouTube, my playbook, all that stuff, all the resources there. It's free. It doesn't even cost you an email. So you guys are good.
You can't have my email address. All right. Anyway, thank you for doing this with us, staying overtime with us. I know you were just on the stream, also trade the close. Appreciate everybody being here in the chat. Appreciate everybody listening who's not in the chat. Thank you for being part of the NinjaTrader Live community. The whole experience has been fantastic. Let's give a round of applause, if we can, for XYZ.
Oh, we got one this time. Thank you, guys. I mean, I know it's like drinking from a water hose, but
it's okay. I learned a ton. I learned a ton. I really did. So, folks, tomorrow, Capital Preservation Friday. We'll see you then. I'll be with Craig and Tracy in the morning. And then, of course, the Mighty Packs will be here, followed by XY, and we'll be doing some live trading. In the meantime, most important message of the day, please be safe out there. Be good to each other. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for hanging, chat.